Hey, we here. Welcome to the jungle, everybody. I'm Kyle Phelps, and we are watching a non-Bengals game today because the Bengals play tomorrow. We'll be streaming the Bengals game tomorrow, but today I had to pick one of them, and I figured, since they're all kind of mostly irrelevant games, figured the game we could all watch and keep up with is the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, as you can see my prediction here, I don't really have much faith in the Broncos, but if the Broncos win, then the Bengals have the chance to go get the number one seed. I mean, they'd still have to beat the Ravens next week, but still, they'd have a chance to go get in the lead for the number one seed with a win over the Buffalo Bills tomorrow. So it is going to be interesting. I don't expect the Broncos to pull off the miracle, but I will say there are a couple of things going for them. So there's the whole, there's the way they played against them last time, right? Like, I mean, they brought them pretty close. They made the Chiefs sweat a little bit. Only lost by like a touchdown. And there were points where you were starting to think, are the Broncos going to pull this off? Honestly, I think if Russell Wilson doesn't get hurt in that game, I think there's a good chance that the Broncos actually pull that game off. So can they do it today? I don't think so because it's at Arrowhead, but I mean, quite frankly, like, what else were we gonna watch? I wanted to stream something today, right? I don't really the thing that would make the most sense, I think, would be Ravens Steelers later tonight, but I just don't really feel like doing a late stream like that tonight. Maybe a different week, I don't know, but I just didn't really want to do that one. And then outside of that, I mean, we got the Cardinals and Falcons that, like, literally, I don't know if Cardinals and Falcons fans care about that game. Bears, Lions, I mean, I kind of want to see the Lions win and go to the playoffs, but, I mean, Dolphins, Patriots, that one might be interesting to watch for seeding purposes, but from a Bengals perspective, I don't know if I, like, have as much to care about there. Colts, Giants, who cares? Saints, Eagles, that one might be interesting for, like, we might keep up with that a little bit if the Saints are making a push. We might keep up with that one a little bit. Just because I know, we got a couple Saints fans who follow this channel. So for their sakes, might be worth keeping an eye on, but I'm not gonna stream that one. Panthers, Buccaneers. Now that one might be interesting, but it might also be a bad game. So this also has the potential of being a bad game. But if the last one's to be believed, it could also be a very, very surprisingly good game. Browns, Commanders. I mean, I don't really want to watch Deshaun Watson. Like, I just don't. I mean, if Thomas was streaming with me, we might do that one just because that's his team. But like, if I'm just streaming by myself, I don't want to watch Deshaun Watson. And then Jaguars-Texans is a completely meaningless game. So, there was pretty much nothing else. 49ers-Raiders, I don't really care that much. Jets-Seahawks, the battle to see who can vaguely stay alive in the playoffs, even though probably both of them are going to miss. Vikings-Packers, now that one might be interesting. That one might be something worth streaming. Unfortunately, I just, like, as a Bengals fan, I think that the Chiefs-Broncos game is a little bit more relevant just to people who are going to be watching my channel. And then Steelers-Ravens tonight probably would have been the move, right? I didn't really feel like streaming Sunday Night Football this week, so especially since I'm going to be streaming Monday Night Football tomorrow, I just kind of, I don't want to do 2 late nights in a row, But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much why I came to that decision. So I think Chiefs Broncos has the potential of being a pretty good game. And like I said, not only did the Broncos play them pretty good but what was week 14? I think it was. I looked this up earlier to like make up the description. I think it was week 14, and I think it was week 14. And the Broncos only lost by a touchdown. They made that a really close, interesting game. And on top of that, the Broncos, lately, they've been really galvanized lately because, like, the players have been rallying around Russell Wilson being like, y'all making way too big of a deal about, like, this crap with Russell Wilson. Like, we all stand behind this guy. We like this guy. So, like, will you chill out with all the Russell Wilson hate? That plus they fired Nathaniel Hackett, which, like, it tends to be Like we've seen all like the sideline explosions and everything from the Broncos, right? I mean, it could just be the fact that like Nathaniel Hackett was fostering a terrible environment there in Denver. So I mean, you never know. NFL teams, when they fire their head coach, they have a tendency to like not necessarily get a lot better for the rest of the season, but at least for that one game coming up, they tend to get like an energy boost, right? So I think there's a chance that the Broncos could kind of come out of nowhere and beat the Chiefs this week. And I mean, I'll tell you one thing, that might be me like projecting like, oh man, I want the Broncos to win. And I need to, come up with a reason for streaming this game in the first place. I mean, it could all just be like me completely projecting, and it's going to end up being like, the Chiefs blowing the Broncos out. But I really do think there's a chance that they could get this one done. And if they do, the door is wide open for the Cincinnati Bengals to go get the number 1 seed, which with some of these injuries we've been having lately, I sure wouldn't mind. I mean, I also get the argument a lot of people are like, I'd rather the Bengals stay hot and, not take a week off and potentially get sloppy. But at the same time, I think it'd be really nice to give guys like Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, Hayden Hurst, guys like that, Joe Mixon, who's been banged up a little bit this year, guys like that. Even I don't know if Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are dealing. Tyler Boyd, like all the receivers, might possibly be dealing with some injuries. I think it'd be nice to give everybody like an extra week to rest. And if they don't get it, they don't get it. But I think it'd be I think it'd be solid. Especially it'd be really nice to have the opportunity to go get it tomorrow night against the Buffalo Bills. Ryan says he's boldly predicting the Broncos to beat the Chiefs by a field goal. All right, well, no. You are certainly allowed to feel that way. As I said, I feel like they could. I wouldn't be streaming this game if I thought it was going to be a blowout. I definitely think it could be a blowout, and I definitely expect the Chiefs to win. But I think the Broncos have a chance, right? I wouldn't be streaming this game if I didn't think they had a chance, right? But the main reason I'm streaming this game is because there's a chance that the Bengals could have the opportunity at the number 1 seed tomorrow, and I'll be I think this game like as far as me streaming goes, I think it's best for me to pick the games where you're gonna get the best reaction out of me, because I think that's why half of you come watch the channel anyway, is to see me react to the games. And I think probably the one I've got the most on the line for is Broncos Chiefs. Like, again, probably Ravens Steelers, but at the same time, it's a little different because, like, again, I didn't really want to stream 2 late night games in a row. But Steelers Ravens is a little bit different because, like, for the Bengals' sake, the Steelers winning would be good, right? Because then if they beat the Bills tomorrow, then they clinch the division without ever having to go through the Ravens in the first place. Now, I think that's kind of like a cheap way of winning the division in the first place. And I think that'd be a really cheap way of winning the division. And also, like, I don't want the Steelers to win. Like, fuck that. And I'm really struggling to believe that the Steelers are going to beat the Browns are going to beat the Steelers next week. And so, like, man, we got to get Mike Tomlin that first losing record. Like, it's got to happen. Like, this whole bullshit where he's, like, turned the Steelers around and they're no longer a bottom-feeding team this year. I don't like that. Like, if they finish 7-10, then I think I'm cool with that because, like, that hurts their draft positioning, but they're still not a good team. But, yeah, I can't root for the Steelers. But then, it's like, I can't really root for the Ravens because, like, the Ravens winning is pretty much exclusively bad for the Bengals. So, and that plus the Ravens are a division rival, and, I prefer the Ravens over the Steelers because fuck the Steelers all day, every day, forever. But at the same time, like, the Steelers winning would be good for the Bengals. So it's just like, I don't really want to root for either team in that game, so I don't feel like I would have the best reaction in that game. I feel like if I watch, like, well, when I watch that game, because I'll be watching, I just won't be streaming. But, like, if I were to be streaming that game, I feel like my reactions would be like, oh, look, the Ravens. I mean, I might react to some big plays, like, wow, look at that big play that Tyler Huntley just did, which isn't going to happen. Oh, wow, George Pickens, what an amazing play, stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to be super emotionally invested, because I kind of want both teams to lose, Like, I don't know about that. Ryan says it's gonna be a massacre. My most likely scenario here is that it's gonna be a massacre. Like I said, I predicted that the Broncos would lose to the Chiefs 31-17, and even that I think is me being generous. I think that is partially influenced by the fact that I think the Broncos have a chance to win. But I think a more realistic scoreline would honestly be like they're gonna kill them like 37-3 or something like that. Like quite frankly. But they also might not, you know? They also might not, and that's why we're streaming this one. It's gonna be awful. Like we're gonna have to really start paying attention to like these other score lines that are going on. If the if this game is awful, we're gonna have to like start doing like an NFL red zone type of thing because like I'm never gonna switch away from the game that I've got the title as because that's always gonna be the game I'm streaming. But at the same time, if it's an awful game, then it's gonna be hard for me to keep my attention. Like I'm gonna want to know what else is going on, right? Ryan says he doesn't want the Steelers to win either. Is this not coming up on the like your comments aren't coming up on the screen? Hold on, let me see what's going on with that. I think I might actually have to. Actually, give me 1 sec to fix that, Ryan. I think screen should be black now, I think, but there it is. Okay, there we go. I got it fixed. All right, so you don't want the Steelers to win either. I don't want the Steelers. I don't want the Ravens to win. I don't want anything like. It's just a lame Sunday Night Football game. You know what I want? I want the Bengals to win the division by beating the Bills, but by beating the Ravens next week. Like, I mean, if we happen to win, like if the Ravens lose tonight and the Bengals win tomorrow, then am I going to accept that division championship? Of course I will. It's a division championship. Like that's great. But at the same time, it's going to kind of feel a little bit like the Bengals won the division this year because the Ravens fell off. Whereas if we go beat them next week, then it's going to feel, I think it'll feel a lot more legitimate. Or at least it won't feel quite as like tainted by like, oh, the Ravens just fell apart this year. You know? Not that the Bengals aren't the better team, but at the same time, like, we did lose to them. You know, that was a real game that really happened. So, like, at the end of the day, winning the division, you got to beat the team that you're competing with. And, I mean, it's possible they just completely fall apart, but it would have been nice to like actually like beat them in a game that matters, right? Ryan says I won't be mad if you don't stream that game. Yeah, I'm not going to. Like I might have in a different world. Like if the Bengals were playing the 1 p.m. game, I might have also done the Sunday Night Football game, right? But because the Bengals are doing Monday Night Football tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to be streaming that game, I just kind of don't. Really, I don't want to do 2 late night games in a row, right? Because like, I mean, I like going to the gym in the morning, and if I miss 2 days in a week, then I got to crunch all my other gym days together in like the rest of the 5 days, and I have other things going on in my life, so I like to stay at least somewhat open with all that. Absolutely, absolutely. I would much rather the Bengals just beat the Ravens, right? Like. I mean, even if the Ravens lose today and the Bengals win tomorrow, and the Bengals are going into that game with the division clinched, well, actually, if what I hope happens and the Chiefs lose today and the Bengals win tomorrow and then the Ravens lose today, then the Bengals will go into next week with the division clinched, but they'll still need to win to maintain the number 1 seed. And actually, quite frankly, if the Ravens. Yeah, I don't know, my brain turned off. So, regardless of whether the Ravens win or not today, next week is going to be an important game for the Bengals, right? Because if the Bengals win today and the Ravens lose today, then the Bengals clinch the division, but they're still going for that number 1 seed, and they could lose it if they lose to the Ravens and the Bills or the Chiefs win their game, right? So to maintain that number 1 seed, you really have to win. You have to win the game. You got to play your starters, and if you win the game, then you just give them the week off next week, So the way I see it, that next week is going to be a meaningful, unless like the worst case scenario happens, if the Bengals lose to the Bills. Oh wait, no, actually, ignore me. If the Bengals lose to the Bills and the Ravens beat the Steelers, I believe the Bengals can still win the division by beating the Ravens next week, right? Because they would fall a game behind the Ravens. they might be tied with the Ravens. I think they'd be tied with the Ravens. And the Ravens would have the tiebreaker. That's what it is. So the Bengals would be, if the Bengals lose tomorrow and the Ravens lose tonight, or the Ravens win tonight and the Bengals lose tomorrow, then they would be tied going into next week, but the Ravens would have the tiebreaker over the Bengals and would be leading the AFC North. But the Bengals could take the AFC North by winning that game. So pretty much no matter what happens, there's going to be something on the line for the Bengals next week. There is the possibility that the Bengals, so the Chiefs lose this game and the Bengals beat the Bills, and then the Ravens lose to the Steelers. All three of those things happen, and then the Bengals. Well, no, because I was thinking then, like, next week maybe the Bengals and Ravens get flexed, and you might know if you clinched the number 1 seed or not, but the Bengals Ravens won't get flexed if it's not a division championship, right? Like, actually, I don't even know if it can be flexed. It doesn't. I think games actually have to be flexed like 4 weeks in advance or something like that. Isn't that the case? So the Bengals Ravens won't be flexed next week anyway. So there's I don't think there's any scenario in which next week's game against the Ravens is totally meaningless. Like, it might not be for the division, but it might be for the number 1 seed. Well, okay, so I guess if the Chiefs win, I don't know. No, yeah, there is not a scenario. What? Yeah. If it maintains being a 1:00 game, which I think it has to, then the Bengals Ravens game next week is guaranteed to have something on the line when the Bengals are playing that game. Now, who knows if something crazy happens and. Well, no, actually, that's not true either. Because even if, like, well, okay, so I guess if something crazy happens and the Chiefs lose to both the Broncos and the Raiders, and then the Bills lose to whoever they're playing next week as well, then the Bengals would, like, just get the number 1 seed by beating the Bills this week, regardless of what happens, regardless of what they do next week, as long as the Chiefs and Bills both lose. But Bengals aren't going to know that's going to happen during the Ravens game because I don't believe it can be flexed, right? Now, if I'm wrong about that and it can be flexed, then obviously that's how it could potentially become a meaningless game, right? Like, if it gets flexed and then. But I don't know why it probably wouldn't be flexed, right? It wouldn't be flexed if the division wasn't on the line, so it wouldn't matter at that point, right? Like, I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is the Bengals could have the number 1. Well, now the Bengals wouldn't have the number 1 seed locked up because if they don't win the division, then they don't get the number 1 seed. So there's zero. It is guaranteed that there will be something on the line against the Baltimore Ravens next week, like something. It may be the division, it may not, but. Because the division, well, no, okay, so if it's either going to be the division and the number 1 seed, or it's going to be the number 1 seed, right? Because the Bengals can clinch this week. The Bengals can clinch the AFC North this week, but they can't clinch the number 1 seed this week. They have to win next week as well. So the division might not be on the line against the Ravens, but the number 1 seed may still be. And if it's not, if the number 1 seed isn't still on the line, then you're still playing for the division, right? Because the Bengals could lose to the Bills and then beat the Ravens next week and still be fine. All right, so Cole08, I'm going to stop rambling here for a second. Cole08 says, we need the Chiefs to win. Damn right we need the Chiefs to win. Oh, it'll be something special. If the Chiefs... Wait a minute. My brain is just completely turned off. Why do we need the Chiefs to win? Like, Cole08, you're a Vikings fan, I know that. Why do you care if the Chiefs win? Like what? In what world does the Chiefs winning help you out? Like, I don't think it affects the Vikings at all. Unless you're rooting against me, in which case, fuck you. But yeah, I want the Chiefs to lose. That's what I'm rooting for here. If you're rooting for the Chiefs to win, then I don't know why you're rooting for the Chiefs to win. But for your pick'em, okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair then. To be completely honest, I didn't do a pick'em this week. If I did do a pick'em, I probably would have picked the Chiefs. But I would take the Bengals having a chance at the number 1 seed over a pick'em every single time. But Cole, if the Chiefs do win today, then good for you, happy for you, and it's not the end of the world either, because the Chiefs also have the Raiders next week, and quite frankly, I don't like. I think the Chiefs have just as much of a chance of losing to the Raiders as they do against the Broncos. I know Derek Carr's benched, but the Raiders always the Raiders tend to lose against the Chiefs, but they always kind of give them fits, right? So I mean, it's probably, if they're gonna lose one of the 2 games, it'll probably be this week, but it could happen next week. Cole says he's got the Bengals winning tomorrow. Let's go, Cole. A lot of people got the Bengals winning tomorrow. It is so weird. It is so weird. I've been a Bengals fan for my whole life, right? And, people are legitimately, the Bengals are legitimately one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Look at my power rankings. I got them, in the top, lately I've had them in the top 2 every single week, and that's not, you guys can probably call it bias, but it's not, I genuinely do think they're the second best team in the NFL right now, and even if I'm wrong, I'm only wrong by 1, maybe 2 spots, right? So the Bengals are consistently one of the best teams in the NFL, right? Bar none. Everybody's oh yeah, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, those are the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL without any question. And those 3 teams are battling out in the AFC, and they're probably going to be dominating the NFL for a long time. And for me, I'm over here dude, when I was growing up, the Bengals were a joke, a joke. It was like being a fan of a team that plays a bunch of NFL teams but is not themselves an NFL team, right? It felt like being a fan of I don't know if y'all follow Premier League soccer or anything, but it felt like being a Hull City fan or something like that, right? Or I don't know, a Charlotte Bobcats fan, right? It's yeah, we play in the league, but it doesn't really feel like we're one of the teams in the league. It just kind of feels like we're there for other teams to beat, and then for us to occasionally make a bit of a run late at the end of the season, but never actually do anything. Right? That was what it was like for me growing up as a Bengals fan. And then around the middle of the 2000s, Carson Palmer showed up and Marvin Lewis, and they kind of started changing the culture around a little bit. But it was still the Bengals were kind of a joke because they could never win a playoff game, and they hadn't won one in 30-something years. And I think right now the longest playoff drought is 15 years or something like that. So the playoff drought that the Bengals went on was nothing even remotely close right now. So it's just weird to me that the Bengals are so good right now. It's never been like this before, and I don't know if it's ever going to be like this again. So I'm just I'm so happy that things are like this right now. In the next 5 years, we'll have at least 1 ring. I think within this year, we'll have 1 ring. I said in the offseason, y'all might remember if you were following at the time or not, but I know a lot of y'all came from the Grossi raid, and this was before the Grossi raid. But I said in the offseason on the Battle of Ohio podcast, I said if the Bengals fix the offensive line, they will win the Super Bowl next year. Why did I say that? Because Joe Burrow is a magician, and the only reason they lost the Super Bowl last year is because of the offensive line, right? So I said if they fix the offensive line this year, they're going to win the Super Bowl. And what did they do? They fixed the offensive line, right? It is so much better now. Even La'el Collins is out for the rest of the year, and that sucks. But here's the thing. Isaiah Prince has experience playing in the Super Bowl, played last year. He did okay for parts of the year at right tackle. And the rest of the offensive line is so much better that I feel like having one, potentially weak link in Isaiah Prince, especially with him being on the edge where Joe Burrow, not just on the edge, but on the edge, the side of the field that Joe Burrow sees because it's on his right side. I feel like it's not going to be as impactful as it was last year because the rest of the offensive line is playing just fine. So yeah, Isaiah Prince might have some breakdowns and have some bad plays and stuff like that, but I feel like that's so much easier to overcome than the state of the offensive line last year, right? Love a Bengals-Vikings Super Bowl. That would be interesting. I'm going to be honest with you, Cole. Right now, I am actually not the Minnesota Vikings' biggest fan this year. I kind of root for them because you're a follower of my channel and you comment a lot, and so I want to see them do well for you. But me personally, I'm kind of angry at the Vikings because they ruined my boy Mike Zimmer. And I know, you guys probably have your opinions of Mike Zimmer and, whether he was a good coach or not. But, the fact of the matter is he kind of turned the Vikings around. The Vikings were competitive with him. And he was kind of like their Marvin Lewis, right? Y'all just kind of, fired him long before, we ever fired Marvin Lewis. At least as far as, length of tenure and everything like that, right? So I understand why the Vikings moved on from Mike Zimmer. But at the same time, it's hard because, I was rooting for the Vikings for years. I was like, yeah, my boy Mike Zimmer, let's go, let's go. And then now it's like they got Kevin O'Connell, who I respect, by the way. I respect the hell out of Kevin O'Connell. But I'm just like, oh, it just feels weird rooting for the Vikings now because, they fired Mike Zimmer, and I like Mike Zimmer. And I understand why they fired Mike Zimmer, but I'm a Mike Zimmer fan. He was such a big, important part of, the Bengals kind of turning themselves around and becoming a relevant franchise. So, no. But at the same time, if the Vikings, I'm not rooting against the Vikings, right? I find it hard to get really excited about the Vikings without Mike Zimmer. If that makes any sense. James Bowenkamp says, let's go Broncos, let's go. Let's go, help us get that number 1 seed, baby. And quite frankly, if the Broncos win this game, I'm not saying the Broncos, obviously I don't think the Broncos are going to win this game, but if the Broncos win this game, I predict the Bengals will be the number 1 seed in the AFC. They will be. They will because I think they're going to beat the Bills tomorrow night. And I don't think they should have any problem dispatching the hobbling Ravens, right? The Ravens are making the playoffs at this point. But I think they're going to be like a first round bounce. They're going to be like one of the you remember the Eagles and the Steelers were the first 2 teams to make the 7th seed. The 7th seed was brand new last year, and the Eagles and the Steelers were the first teams to get it last year, and they both just got absolutely blitzed in the first round of the playoffs last year. So I feel like the Ravens are probably going to be that team this year. That and whoever comes out of the NFC South. But the 7th seed teams, both of the 7th seed teams, I don't think are going to get blitzed. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was last year. Cole says Zimmer was okay. We need someone different, an offensive-minded guy. That's what I'm thinking. Most Vikings fans I talked to didn't hate Mike Zimmer. It was just kind of need a breath of fresh air and everything like that. And that's kind of how I felt about Marvin Lewis, right? It's I love you, Marvin Lewis. I love what you did for the team, but I just feel like he was a very defensive-minded guy, and it wasn't keeping up with the rest of the NFL, and it was a big part of the reason why we didn't win any playoff games under him. So I feel like Mike Zimmer was probably the same thing for the Vikings. It's just like I said, I was so excited to see the Vikings do something cool with Mike Zimmer, and then when they fired him, it's just again, I'm not really genuinely mad at the Vikings. I wish it could have been different. I wanted Mike Zimmer to turn that franchise around, and I wanted them to win a Super Bowl with him. Not at the expense of the Bengals, but as you can see, the Bengals never made it that far when Mike Zimmer was the coach in Minnesota. So, wait. 5 minutes till the game starts, folks. 5 minutes till the game starts, and this will be the only game that I'll be streaming today. Because I'm not streaming 2 games in a row, and I already said I'm not streaming the Sunday night game because I'm streaming the Monday night game tomorrow, and I just don't want to do 2 late night games in a row. So that is what that's what the situation is. Also, I guess I'm wrong. The Bengals did make the Super Bowl last year. Mike Zimmer was technically no, that's not true because the Vikings fired Mike Zimmer before the playoffs were over, right? So technically the Bengals did not make the Super Bowl while Mike Zimmer was the head coach of the Vikings. It was same season, but he was fired before they made it. So I'm just saying. Although at the same time, he wouldn't have been fired if they had made the playoffs. So gotta take what you got, I suppose. But, by the way, for everybody who's watching right now, first of all, anybody who's watching right now, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching right now is a subscriber, but just in case somebody's watching and isn't in the chat, feel free to subscribe, put out content all the time. And for everybody else, for everybody in general, I will be debuting a new intro for my show tomorrow. I've been getting more familiar with After Effects and everything like that lately, and I don't know if y'all saw I made a new logo for my channel. So I put together this I feel really clean looking intro and everything like that, and so I'm gonna debut that on the Bengals Bills stream tomorrow. It's pretty much done right now. But I felt like it'd be more fun to debut it during the Bengals Bills game rather than the Broncos Chiefs game, right? So, but yeah, look forward to that tomorrow. I'm actually a little proud of the product. Still features the same song, a little bit of a different cut of the song, but it still features the same song, which for those of you who don't know is my When I was in high school and college, I was in a band, and that was our lead single off of our album. So that's what the song from the intro is. But anyway, we got Broncos Chiefs, y'all. Both teams relatively healthy going into this game. Not like severely. Like they both have some injuries, but neither of them. Like the only player of really any substance who I think is missing today is Baron Browning from the Broncos, and he's not like he's an impactful player, but he's also not like it's not like if they were missing like Patrick Surtain, right? Like it's not that kind of level of player. He's just like he's a rookie and he's been playing fairly well, but he's also been making a lot of mistakes too. So on top of that, you got Jared Guarantano, okay? Montrell Washington, who's a depth wide receiver for them. Tyler Batty, which is a real last name. His name is Batty. It's kind of interesting. Baron Browning, who I just mentioned. Calvin Anderson, a tackle. Freddie Swain, a wide receiver. And DJ Jones, a defensive lineman. Now, actually, as I say that, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember DJ Jones' name. Is DJ Jones a starter? He is. Okay, so the Broncos will be missing their starting nose tackle, DJ Jones, apparently. So that's unfortunate for them. The Chiefs, not really missing anybody of any note. You got Shane Buchele, who's like the third-string quarterback or something like that. Yeah, he's the third-string quarterback. But they still got Chad Henne, so, I mean, like, if something happens to Mahomes, they'll be fine. Joshua Kando, who I remember from the draft, but I don't think I've heard anything about him since. He is... What is he even... He's defensive end. There he is. He's a third stringer. And then you got Jerron Christian, the tackle, who's a third stringer. You got Darian Kennard, who I did not realize was on the Chiefs. He is a backup. Okay. So, I suppose if there's an injury, that'll matter, but otherwise probably won't. And then Malik Herring, who is... I have no idea. He's a third string. He's Carlos Dunlap's backup. And Carlos Dunlap is Frank Clark's backup. So, all right then. Well, fun. Outside of that, though, like I said, Broncos, the big news is that Jerry Jeudy will be playing. So, I know he's got his issues, but he is a very talented wide receiver. So I think the hope is that he'll play well. And we know he's going to play, but hopefully he'll play well. All right, kick is away, and kick is going to be returned by the Broncos. Terrible decision to run it out of the end zone, though, as he only gets up to about the 17-yard line. So that did not work out. I don't know what the hell that was. That was terrible. That was frankly an awful decision to run it out of the end zone. All right. Mr. High Knees himself, Russell Wilson, is coming out. Going to be let's riding all over the Kansas City Chiefs today. That's what we're hoping for. I ain't going to do the high knees like Brandon Perna. No, thank you. But it hadn't been working for him. So, you know what? I'm going to hope that not doing them helps him out. All right, Russell Wilson hands the ball off. Nice run on first down there for Latavius Murray. Gets about 5 or 6 yards on the first run. So I heard something before the game, like the Broncos' plan today is apparently just going to be like run the ball down their throats. And with the way their running game has been playing lately, that might actually not be a terrible idea. So I mean, dude, for real, you got Latavius Murray. Maybe throw Chase Edmonds and Marlon Mack in there. You know, maybe do some like end around type of fake plays and stuff with wide receivers. Like, you know, I think the Broncos offense has a chance here. All right, 2nd and 6. Russell Wilson under center is going to pitch the ball to Latavius Murray this time, who gets out to the outside a little bit. Only picks up about a yard, but that's better than the 4 yards he was about to lose. So that play didn't work out quite as well. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Cole 08 says, cheer for the Lions for me. We need them to win. If the Lions win and the Packers lose, the Pack are officially eliminated. I'll address that comment here in a second. I have my own thoughts about that. All right, so 3rd and 5 for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson is in the shotgun formation with Latavius Murray to his right. Got trips wide receivers to his left. He rolls out of the pocket, throws, and is incomplete. That was well defended by the Chiefs, but also not the best throw in the world I've ever seen from Russell Wilson. So it's going to be 4th and 5. Going to be a 3 and out for the Denver Broncos. Who would have thought? Denver Broncos going 3 and out. Never seen that before. All right, so I'm going to quit being a dick now. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop being a dick right now, right? Carlos Waitman's going to come out to punt the ball back to the Chiefs, and hopefully the Broncos defense can come up. All right, punt is away. And that's a decent little punt there. Gets it down to about the 35-yard line. Not the best I've ever seen, but considering the field position, not too bad. All right, so Cole saying that Cole needs the Lions to win. Interesting. I didn't realize. So I thought that the Packers are just straight up eliminated if they lose to the Vikings. Like I didn't realize that they need the Lions to win too. So that would be interesting. Personally, I'm just rooting for the Vikings tonight just because that would be kind of funny. All right, handoff to, is that Isaiah Pacheco? I believe that was Isaiah Pacheco. Good play there by the Broncos defense. Only let him get about a yard there. And was that Pacheco? I think it was. It was, yeah. Isaiah Pacheco with the run for about 1 yard. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowler this year. Allegedly. Don't got a whole lot of Pro Bowl talent there, which is part of what is Patrick Mahomes' greatness, I think, right? Doesn't have a whole lot of Pro Bowl talent to throw the ball to, except for Travis Kelce. All right, Mahomes throws the ball to, was that Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Yes, it was, for about a 7-yard pickup, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 now. See if the Broncos defense can come up clutch like the Chiefs defense. I don't know about clutch because it's against the Broncos offense, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Apparently, the Packers have a 1% chance to make the playoffs if they lose. Oh, boy. I just thought they were going to be straight up eliminated, but all right, fair enough. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Takes a snap on 3rd and 2. Dancing around in the backfield, and it's thrown to Travis Kelce. Caught. Not much there. There's a Broncos player who almost kind of sort of came close to maybe having a chance at batting that ball away, but other than that, Travis Kelce was wide open. Yeah, that was not great play there by the Broncos defense. All right. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. It's going to be a handoff to number 2. I think that's Jared McKinnon, right? Jared McKinnon's number 2? Oh, no, it's Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones, the running back. All right, well, and he picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Panthers up 7-0. Who are they playing? The Bucks? Go Panthers. Go Panthers. I just like chaos, y'all. You know, I don't have anything against Tom Brady. I just like chaos. I just like chaos. Well, yeah, it is against the Bucks, and they're up 7-0. So go Panthers. Patrick Mahomes does finally have the ball. Oh, wow. He has the ball batted away, and then he catches the ball that was batted away and runs for the first down. What are the Broncos doing, man? Broncos batted a pass away from Patrick Mahomes. He catches the bat and then runs it for a first down. Jeez, man. Y'all got to pay more attention than that. That right there, that's why Patrick Mahomes is one of the best. I don't think he's better than Joe Burrow. I do think he's more talented than Joe Burrow, right? But being more talented doesn't necessarily make you better, right? Especially in the NFL, where part of it's about, what's in between the ears. And I think what's in between the ears, Patrick Mahomes is a very, very intelligent individual. But I think Joe Burrow is just a little bit better instinctually. Nice play there by the Broncos to hold the Chiefs to fourth down. So I guess it wasn't a first down for Patrick Mahomes. It was 3rd and 1. Then it's a handoff to Jerick McKinnon, who does not pick up anything. And the Broncos hold firm. It's going to be 4th down. So the Broncos offense is going to get the ball back. And this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying when I said that there's, I think, a chance the Broncos could do it. Because the Broncos defense had some good plays against the Chiefs in their last outing, right? Chiefs are still on the field. All right, well, see what happens here. Makes sense. It's kind of no man's land. No real point in punting it from here. All right, so it's going to be 4th and 1. Patrick Mahomes takes the snap. He throws. It's caught. First down for the Chiefs to Travis Kelce. Because, of course. Come on, Broncos. Is this what Brandon Perna feels like on a regular basis? Come on, man. Come on, man. Terrible. Terrible. I mean, 4th and 1 is hard to stop, right? But, I mean, they just leave him Travis Kelce wide open, man. Patrick Mahomes is going to fake a handoff. He's going to step up and then throw it to Jerick McKinnon, who he faked the handoff to. And there's another first down. All right, let's go Broncos. Oh, this is a fun game to watch, right? Oh, I picked the right game to stream today. Might have to turn this game to red zone, which I think I actually am going to do anyway, just because this isn't a Bengals game. So probably going to put on red zone just to see what's happening in the rest of the NFL. We'll do that at a commercial though. We're not going to do that right now. Right now, I want to see if the Broncos can at least hold the Chiefs to a field goal. Or, hey, interception. Let's go. Let's get an interception, Broncos. Come on, Pat Surtain. Get a pick six. Pick six from Pat Surtain on this play. And nope, it's a running back screen. And there's first down. He gets it down to about the 5-yard line. So, no pick six. Hey, maybe the pick six is coming on this next play. Let's go. Mikey says, we driving on the Eagles. I was talking about you earlier, Mikey. You know, the Saints-Eagles game is a game that I think there's a vague amount of interest for me, only just because I know, you and a couple other people who follow this channel are Saints fans, so. And also, my boy Andy Dalton. So, let's go Saints. Let's go Saints. Eagles don't really have much to play for at this point, so, I mean, you're probably getting like a Eagles team that doesn't give a shit right now, but, meh. All right, there's a handoff and a touchdown. Yep, that's a touchdown. All right, well, Broncos suck. We knew that, but, I feel like announcing it. So, that's going to be 6 points for the old Kansas City Chiefs. Because, suck. Saints, we need you to win so bad. Oh wait, do the Vikings have a chance at the number 1 seed? I thought the Eagles had already clinched it. Huh? All right, well, fair enough. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Dalton is 5 for 5. Dude, Dalton when Dalton isn't under pressure, like when Dalton doesn't feel like he's under pressure or under the spotlight or anything, Andy Dalton is a machine. I'll tell you that right now. Like, you play some meaningless games with Andy Dalton and he will deliver. Andy Dalton will deliver in meaningless games constantly, as it is a bum snap for the Chiefs on the extra point, and the holder actually has to run out to the right side and gets slaughtered by the Broncos out wide. So it is going to remain 6-0. So interesting bit of chaos there for the Broncos. All right, let's go. The Broncos can come out and get a touchdown. They'll have the lead. Let's go. Vikings win out and Eagles lose out. I didn't realize that. I thought the Eagles had already clinched. Yeah, well, fair enough. Go Vikings. I mean, not that I have anything against the Eagles, but, for the sake of Cole08, who's my boy, we're going to say go Vikings, right? We're going to say go Vikings. We're going to say go Saints and go Vikings. And also just man, the content we would get from Tom Grossi if the Packers lose to the Vikings and get eliminated from the playoffs because of it would be from a oh boy. I mean, we would get some real sad boy content this week if the Vikings lose, or if the Vikings beat the Packers and eliminate them from the playoffs. That would be something else. And yeah, for sure, go Lions, go Lions. I would love to see the Lions make the playoffs. They're losing though. Bears are up 7-0. So much for the Lions. But I'd love to see the Lions make the playoffs. I would. I'm a huge Dan Campbell fan personally. So I'd love to see him claw the Lions to relevance. I really would. And I also like Jared Goff to an extent. I feel like he got kind of a bum rap in LA. So I'd kind of like to see him resurrect his career, right? Mikey says, we got you. Well, hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. Let's go. Let's go Saints and Vikings and Lions, apparently. I mean, yeah, no, I'm down for the Lions. Like I said, I want the Lions to make the playoffs. I'd like to see that. They got to win out too, though. I think they're probably eliminated if they don't win out. What's the Packers record at? Packers are... Why can't I find the Packers? There they are. Packers are 7-8. Okay. Well, we'll see. Wait, so y'all are telling me, oh, that was just a bad catch by the holder on the, that was a fumbled snap, is what that was. That wasn't the long snapper's fault. That was the holder's fault. All right. And the touchback goes back to the end zone. It's a touchback. First time head coaches did not finish their first season since 1970. Lou Holtz, Pete McCulley, Bobby Petrino, Urban Meyer, and Nathaniel Hackett. Now, I will say, those last two were something special, right? Because, Urban Meyer was notably probably the worst NFL head coach of all time. And Bobby Petrino, in the words of Mike Zimmer, was a spineless bastard who quit on the team after a year. So that wasn't even him getting fired. That was him quitting on the team. That was a little different. All right. Fake handoff from Russell Wilson. It's a play-action pass he's going to throw. And it's caught by, I think that's Cortland Sutton, right? Number 14? That is Cortland Sutton. There we go. All right, so that's about an 8-yard pickup. Good first play by the Broncos offense. Jerry Rossberg, former special teams coordinator in Cleveland, in Atlanta, in Baltimore, and a senior assistant with the Broncos this year. It was his first year in Denver, and Nathaniel Hackett did not survive, so he gets the nod. Interesting. He definitely deserves it a lot more than Jeff Saturday does, that's for sure. All right. 2nd and 3 for the Broncos. It's a handoff to Latavius Murray, who finds a nice hole up the middle, picks up first down. That's the first down of the game for the Broncos. I think. Is that right? Did they get one on the last? I don't think so. I think it was 3 and out, wasn't it? Jaguars up 7-0 on the Texans. I don't really care. I've told you guys that I think I'm at the point where I think the Jaguars are probably my second favorite team in the NFL. So I guess I'm happy to see them winning, but it's also a meaningless game, so whatever. All right, shotgun snap for Russell Wilson, looking around, batted out of the air, and it was probably going to be a loss on the play anyway, so it's probably good that it got batted. And that is Carlos Dunlap on the bat. All right, there we go. That's a guy who Bengals fans have very mixed relationship with. But to be completely honest, I actually am kind of on Carlos Dunlap's side on that one, because the reason he threw the tantrum that he did in 2020 was because he felt like the Bengals were going to ruin his career, because he's getting pretty old and he only had so much time left to prove himself. and the Bengals weren't going to start him. So I actually kind of agree. Like, that was the only way the Bengals were going to let him out of his contract, is Russell Wilson picks up about 6 yards on a tuck and run himself. So, good little play there by Russell Wilson with his legs. Be good to see him do that more often, because I think that's a big part of the reason he hasn't been doing well this year, is because that was such a big part of his game that's just been absent this year. Right? But like I said, man, Carlos Dunlap, it kind of left a bad taste in your mouth as a Bengals fan. But at the same time, I totally think that, like, he did what was probably the best thing to do in that situation. Like, he kind of needed to do that. And so I don't really, like, blame him so much. You know? I wish it didn't have to come down to that, but it did. Russell Wilson escapes the pressure, and there's a flag on the play. And Russell Wilson throws out of bounds. All right, so what's the flag? I imagine after that much going around, it's probably holding. Yeah, it's holding on the Broncos. And they're going to decline it because it's going to be a 4th down. All right. So it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Broncos. They're probably going to punt. Yep, holding on the Broncos. Well, penalties decline. It's 4th down. It is 4th down for the Broncos. So far, so much for that new head coach boost, right? Broncos, a bit in danger of this game getting a little out of hand if the defense can't come up big on this next drive, right? Because their offenses had a couple plays here and there, but for the most part, it's been tough to watch. All right, kick is away for Carlos Waitman. Nice punt. Going to be fair caught at the 8-yard line. So nice punt there by Carlos Waitman. Is this what it's like watching the Broncos offense? You get excited about the punter? Oh, God. Oh, man. They're advertising, coming up, Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't want to see more Russell Wilson, personally. I don't know, that's probably not most people's opinion, but I want to see more Russell Wilson. What else we got going on in the NFL right now? Saw a couple teams that already scored. Cardinals over the Falcons, 3-0. Bears over the Lions, 7-0. Although the Lions are knocking on the door. They're on the 2-yard line. So there's a chance. Oh, you know what? I said I was going to go to, I said at commercial I was going to go to Red Zone, right? So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We're still going to be following the Broncos-Chiefs game primarily. But this way we'll have, like, you know, if there's any other reason to be paying attention to something else, we'll have it right away, right? I'm not going to do this during Bengals games, but during, you know, a game that's not a Bengals game, I feel like it'd be a fun little thing to do, right? All right, so the game we're currently watching is Dolphins-Patriots. I need to turn that sound off so I don't get my channel demonetized. Well, it's not monetized yet anyway, but you know what I mean, like copyrighted or something like that. Get the stream copyrighted. I don't know exactly what the term is. All right, Lions did get a touchdown, so they're tied with the Bears 7-7. All right, well there you go, Lions. Other than that, Dolphins and Patriots are tied. Colts and Giants are tied. They're both 0-0, by the way, if I didn't make that clear. Saints up 7-0 on the Eagles, so let's go Andy Dalton Saints. It said on the ESPN tracker, it said no extra point good. So I thought for a second it was like they missed the extra point, but that's just like New Orleans extra point good. So it is 7-0 Saints. 7-0 Panthers over the Buccaneers. 3-0 Browns over the Commanders. So, bleh. Jaguars up 7-0 on the Texans. So Mac Jones is in field goal range, and he is going to hand the ball off to Ramondre Stevenson, who goes nowhere. And that sucks for my fantasy team because I am in the semifinals, and I need Ramondre Stevenson to have a big game. So much for that. At least he's playing, though. I think I made the right choice. Handoff from the Colts against the Giants. I literally don't care. I literally don't care about the Giants and Colts. Like, I don't know if I've ever cared less about an NFL game than the Giants and Colts in Week 17. Like, I just don't care. I just don't even remotely care. Mac Jones. Oh, there's a touchdown for the Patriots. There you go. It wasn't Ramondre Stevenson, though. I need Ramondre Stevenson to get points. Mikey says, touchdown Saints. Let's go, Andy Dalton. Let's go. Andy Dalton, my boy. And, I mean, like, again, the Eagles pretty much don't care anymore. So, I mean, you know, they probably want to They probably want to win one of these games to get the number 1 seed, but I don't know. You're playing a different Eagles team right now, but still, my boy Andy Dalton, let's go. OZR Hayes says dub Kyle. Let's go. I don't know what you're referencing, but let's go. Let's go. We all about dubs over here, right? We all about dubs. And by the way, OZR Hayes, I haven't seen you in the chat before, so if you are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. We put out content. I put out 2 videos a week, and then I also do a podcast, which has actually been on a little bit of a hiatus lately because my podcast co-host has been having some issues. All right, back to the Chiefs and Broncos game. But yeah, everybody, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe and like the channel. Let's see if we can get to 10 likes before halftime. That'd be cool. All right, Patrick Mahomes is going to fake the handoff. He throws short, like low for Travis Kelce, but he holds on to it and picks up about 5 yards there, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Mikey says Mom's an Eagles fan. I remember you saying that. So it must be like wartime in your household right now. Like you being a Saints fan, her being an Eagles fan, y'all must not be happy. Taysom Hill had a rushing touchdown. Interesting. I benched him. That's a great decision. But then again, I benched him for Dalton Schultz, who balled out against the Titans. So I can't be too upset. All right, Broncos tackle. Who's number 10 again? The Chiefs? Isaiah Pacheco. I knew that. Isaiah Pacheco gets the handoff for about 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Let's see if the Broncos can hold it. They've held a 3rd and 1 before. And they didn't hold 4th and 1, but they held a 3rd and 1. So let's see if they can hold that 3rd and 1 again and get it to 4th down. And this is going to be on the Chiefs' 30-yard line, so I can't imagine they'll go for it again. Right? All right, Patrick Mahomes is in the shotgun formation. He's motioning Travis Kelce to his right. Takes the snap, rolls back. A lot of pressure. He's rolling around. He gets hit. And oh my God, it's caught. Are you kidding me? There is no way. There is no way Travis Kelce just caught that ball. Patrick Mahomes had dudes all over him, and he threw it basically into the dirt. And Travis, oh no, that's not caught. That's not a catch. That's not a catch. That hit the ground. That's not a catch. It's not a catch. No catch. That is not a catch. It's 4th down. They're doing a lot of replays on this, but that is 4th down, y'all. I'm telling you that right now. That was not a catch. As y'all saw, that would have been an amazing catch by Travis Kelce, but he did not catch that. I was mistaken initially. So it is in fact 4th down. Mr. Townsend is coming out to punt it for the Chiefs. And the Broncos are going to get another shot on offense. Maybe they can do something this time. Because if they can do something this time, like I said, a touchdown and a successful extra point puts the Broncos ahead. So let's get ahead. Let's go. All right. Punt is away from Mr. Townsend. It is returned from the 10-yard line. Makes a man miss. Gets out to about the 21. I think about the 21 before he gets taken down. Pete Warner said, "We will not lose again." 2-0 since the quote. Well, you know what? You never know, Mikey. You never know, Mikey. Remind me, are y'all like still in contention for the NFC South? Like, could y'all still win that? I don't know for sure. Like, I know the Panthers can still win it, but I don't know. Can y'all still win it? I think you can because there's 2 games left. Could be wrong, but like the Saints are 7-9 right now. The Panthers are. The Saints are 6-9 right now. The Panthers are 7-8. So, like, let's say in theory the Panthers beat the. Yeah, if both teams end up 8-9, because wouldn't that be? Oh no, I guess the Panthers could end up 7-10, right? The Panthers and Bucks could both end up 7-10, and the Saints could end up 8-9, right? So, hey, the Saints still got a chance to win that division. Let's go. I'll take that all day long. Mikey says if we win 2 and the Bucks lose 2, we win the NFC South. So if y'all end up tied with the Panthers, you win the tiebreaker. Is that how that works? Interesting. Well, go Saints. That's all I'm saying, man. Go Saints. That's all I'm saying. let's get back to Red Zone because right now we're watching the Lions and Bears apparently for some reason. It does appear that we are in the red zone though. The Bears in the red zone. So Lions trying to hold off a Bears touchdown as Justin Fields takes the ball himself and does get stood up at the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal for the Bears. And my stream froze. Great. Oh, no, okay. What? Why are we switching to the Dolphins? In the middle of the red zone, Teddy Bridgewater at like his own 29-yard line. Nice spin move to get out of pressure and picks up about 9 yards. For 4th down, why did we stop watching the Lions and Bears for that? It was 4th down. Or it was 3rd down and ended up being 4th down. So, okay, now we're back to the Bears and Lions. All right, so Justin Fields is under center, and he is going to kind of vaguely fake a handoff. Didn't really do it much. He's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to try to keep it himself. He ends up taking a loss. So I think that counts as a sack. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, it's going to be 4th down. Bears are probably going to go for a field goal. All right, back to the Broncos and Chiefs. Russell Wilson comes out on 1st down, and he is under center in a strong eye formation. Hands the ball off to Latavius Murray, who finds a little bit of a seam, not too much, but picks up about 3 yards. About 3 yards. Panthers are 6-9. Nice. Panthers are 6-9. Yep. Panthers are 6-9. So if they beat the Buccaneers, they could still end up 7-10. And that's what I was asking. If both the Panthers and the Saints are 7-10, then I guess the Saints get the tiebreaker there. Oh my God! Nice catch there. Russell Wilson throws a back shoulder pass to number 83 Beck. I don't even know who that is. And he catches it kind of like out of the air in tight coverage. Andrew Beck, the fullback / tight end for the Broncos, kind of catches it in the air with really good coverage on the play. So maybe give him some more snaps. That was a great catch. That was a great catch. Not the best pass in the world by Russell Wilson, but probably also the only place where that was going to be caught. So I guess it kind of works out. All right, shotgun formation for Russell Wilson on 3rd and 2. He's going to throw short to Jerry Jeudy, but he's got all day to run. There you go. He's got the 1st down. Jerry Jeudy with the 1st down. Let's go. Let's go. That's why it's good to have Jerry Jeudy in there, man. I mean, I know he's had his struggles developing in the NFL, especially with catching the ball, but that man's talented. That man's talented. He knows how to take the right angles. He knows how to... And he's a good player. He's a good player. He very well could be a good player, you know. He was garnering a lot of trade talk because he does have a lot of potential, you know. All right, Russell Wilson's in shotgun formation once again, hands the ball off to Latavius Murray, picks up about 2 yards on the play. He'd be 8-9, and the Panthers would be 7-10. Right. But you said earlier if you win 2 and the Bucks lose 2, then you win the NFC South. What if the Panthers went out? Then the Panthers and the Saints would both be 8-9, right? So would y'all win the tiebreaker at that point? Because the Panthers are 7-8, right? I believe. I know they're 6. No, you said that earlier too. I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm not paying attention. Nice pass there from Russell Wilson to number 19, Chase Edmonds. Nice pass, and that's another 1st down. The Broncos offense is driving. There you go. That's what you want to see out of the offense. Yeah. Anyway, Mikey, you did mention earlier the Panthers are 6-9. That was your last comment. I'm sorry. I am half not here. You're right. All right. Well, so the Saints Wait, no, I'm still right because so if the Saints win out and the Panthers win out, then both teams would be 8-9, right? So that's what I'm saying. Would the Saints have the tiebreaker of the Panthers? I'm still right. I have my numbers mixed up, but I'm still right. We play the Panthers next week. There it is. Okay, that's the information I didn't have. Didn't realize y'all play the Panthers next week. So, dude, if the Panthers beat the Buccaneers, then next week's game between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers could determine the NFC South. That's just mind-boggling. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Now, it would only determine the NFC South, like if the Buccaneers lose, then the game would determine the NFC South, right? But the Panthers could win the NFC. If they win today and the Panthers win, if the Panthers win today, then the Panthers could win the NFC South regardless of what the Buccaneers do next week, right? But yeah, actually, that's an interesting question. Like, Mikey, who would you root for next week if the Saints do lose to the Eagles? If things turn around and unfortunately the Saints lose to the Eagles, and so y'all are out of the playoffs next week, who would you root for between the Panthers and the Buccaneers today, right? Like, who would you want to see win the NFC South if the Saints can't win it, right? I mean, I know that's like if somebody asked me about that, a team in the AFC North, I'd be like, I don't care. I hope they all lose, right? But at the same time, I'd still personally rather see I'd rather see the Ravens win the AFC North than the Steelers, right? Even with Deshaun Watson, I'd probably still rather see the Browns than the Steelers. If it's not going to be the Bengals, I'd rather it be the Ravens. But I also don't want to see the Ravens win, right? It's just that's, somebody's got to win, I think. I don't think they can just eliminate a whole division from the NFL. Although if they did, they'd probably do that on the NFC South, because that division is poo-poo caca this year. Poo-poo caca. Bears up 10-7 on the Lions. Cardinals down 3-7 to the Falcons, because the Cardinals are poo-poo caca. All right. Russell Wilson under center is going to hand the ball off to Chase Edmonds. That's who it is. I just said his name. Chase Edmonds gets the handoff. He picks up about 4 or 5 yards. So Broncos offense is moving, y'all. Broncos offense is moving. They could take the they could take the lead if they get it in the end zone. Gotta say, there is a chance. The Broncos defense is playing well. Broncos defense playing well today. So if the offense can step their game up, they got a chance. This is not totally impossible for the Broncos. If the offense can get going, it's going to require the offense to get going, which has not happened all year. But all right, Russell Wilson throws, caught by Jerry Jeudy, who stupidly tries to go backwards, and I think he gets back to his original spot. But that's going to be 3rd down and about 1 yard to go. Mikey says he'd rather the Panthers than the Buccaneers, but screw both. That's fair. That's how I would feel about it. If the Bengals don't win, screw both the Ravens and the Steelers. But if I had to pick one, it'd be the Ravens. Gun to my head, I absolutely have to choose one team to back. I guess Ravens, but better than the other ones. Better than that other team. All right, 3rd and 1 for the Broncos. Russell Wilson's under shotgun again. Broncos are on plus territory now. Hand off to Latavius Murray, who on the second effort I think does just barely get it. Depends on where that knee went down. The refs appear to be marking him a little bit short though. Let's see where this knee goes down. No, he got that. That was a first down. His knee didn't go down. That's 4th and inches my ass. I'd challenge it. Now, Russell Wilson picks up the first down on quarterback sneak anyway. But I don't agree with that. That was a first down for Latavius Murray. I don't agree with that call at all. But it doesn't matter because the Broncos convert the 4th down. Good decision to go for it by the Broncos. Although, once again, it was kind of no man's land and your defense is playing pretty well. So, you're probably going to go for that anyway, especially if you're an interim coach, why the hell not? When are you going to get another opportunity to go balls to the walls like that? Especially Jerry Rossberg, who's he's pretty old, so how many opportunities is he going to even get to be a head coach? All right, there's Beck again with the catch from Russell Wilson. And Chiefs saying they picked up a fumble, but I think he was on the ground. I think it's just going to be a down by contact for the Broncos. The ball did come out, but he was down. Yeah. He was well down before that ball came out. I think he didn't really stick the landing, but it doesn't really matter. Like, the only thing that would be is, like, it might potentially change, like, whether it was a catch or not, but it's not going to. It looks like Beck is hurt. That's unfortunate. You know what else is hurt, I think, is my computer's ability to process this game, so I might have to refresh the stream. That's annoying. Andrew Beck with the big first down conversion, though. And that... Or not first down conversion. It was was it? I don't know. I can't even remember. My stream froze, so I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm going to bring up the play-by-play and I'll tell you what happened. Yeah, it was a first down play for Andrew Beck. The next play, Russell Wilson pass incomplete deep right. So I didn't see what happened because I'm having to refresh my stream. But apparently what happened is Russell Wilson threw an incomplete pass on 2nd and 6. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. Okay, we're back on the stream, and I guess I'm a little behind because they're showing the Russell Wilson play again. So let's see what happened. Let us see what had happened on the play. So Russell Wilson's going to take it from under center, hand off to Latavius Murray. I'm confused. I thought it was an incomplete pass. Oh, no. Okay, what happened was there was a penalty on Watson of the Chiefs, defensive holding, which gave the Broncos a first down. The next play was a run from Chase Edmonds up the middle for 3 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 6 according to the broadcast, but according to ESPN, it's 2nd and 7. So, dude, what is up with my stream? Hey, Connor.
Yeah?
Are you doing anything that involves internet?
Not really, no.
What the hell? Why is my internet being spotty? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hopefully it doesn't continue. How's the stream coming through? Am I coming through all right, y'all? Am I, like, spotty and... Like, because I was having trouble with that at one point. But that was also when I was on StreamYard, and I figured out what the problem was. I'm not even doing StreamYard anymore. At least for these games, I'm using OBS. And still use StreamYard for the Battle of Ohio podcast, but I don't do that on my Brave browser anymore just because of the VPN. But yeah, am I coming through right now, y'all? Because my internet connection to this game is just not performing well at all. So I don't know if the stream is coming through well. So let me know. Let me know what's going on with that. We're on commercial, so we're gonna hop over to Red Zone real quick, which is also on commercial. All right, let's go.
Now have 4 players.
Or I guess it's not. All right, so Eagles, looks like the Eagles got a touchdown. No, they stopped the Saints on a 4th down. Interesting. Oh, that sucks. Andy Dalton doing a masterful job of evading pressure, but he can't do it forever. So, well, that sucks. Mikey says I'm coming through good. So it's just my download. The upload is going just fine. The download's a problem though. All right, so Dolphins are on the 3.5 yard line. Tua's going to toss it short to number 10 there, who does pick up a touchdown. Was that Tyreek Hill? That was Tyreek Hill. There you go. So short pass to Tyreek Hill, who gets around for the touchdown. Dolphins tie up the score with the Patriots 7-7. And quite frankly, I don't care what happens in this game. I just want Ramondre Stevenson to pick up some points. I want Ramondre Stevenson to pick up points and Jalen Waddle to not pick up points, right? And the reason for that is because I decided to play Ramondre Stevenson over Jalen Waddle. So I just hope that works out for me, right? I don't even know what's going on in that game right now. I'll have to check here in a little bit. Looks like Ramondre Stevenson has had a total of 9 rushing yards today. Yay! Although Jalen Waddle hasn't even had a catch, so I guess both would have been awful plays. Carson Wentz starting for the Commanders. Rolls back, throws it deep. Intercepted. That might have been like holding or something on the Browns, but intercepted by the Browns. All right. Well, Carson Wentz sucks. Thomas will probably be happy about that because he despises Carson Wentz. All right. Russell Wilson's going to fake a handoff, throws it away. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Broncos as we are back. Mikey says, when we lost to the Bengals, I was live and I was screaming. Someone clipped it and made a video and uploaded it. Really? Really? You should like post it in the comments in my next video. I'll go watch that. That sounds hilarious. That sounds funny. I was happy. I streamed that game. I was having fun. That was a good game for me. All right. 3rd and 7 for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson is standing up in shotgun formation. Got a back to his right. Rolls left. Throws. Broken up. Got it to Alfred Ogboweganon, who just could not come up with the catch, and the Chiefs are going to get off on 4th down. So, Broncos can't do anything on offense, despite their defense giving them ample opportunities. So, boo! Brandon Perna. Is this the hell that you're living through? Oh my God. Can we go back to watching the Bengals? This is terrible. Broncos are apparently in field goal range, though, so Brandon McManus is lining up. Kick is up, and it is straight through. Broncos are on the board. Broncos are only a field goal down now, so that's interesting. The defense can keep it up. Maybe they'll get another field goal. Oh, boy. This is a defensive football game right now, y'all. Like, I will say one thing. A lot of people talk trash about defensive football games. I love defensive football games. As long as it's good defense, right? As long as it's not just bad offense. And today, so far, I think it's been mostly good defense, right? Like, the Broncos are clearly not a great offense, but it's not like the Broncos haven't been, like, trying to make some plays and stuff like that. It's just the Chiefs' defense has been, like, on point today. And the Broncos' defense has been playing pretty well, too. So, I'd say overall it's been pretty good defense today. So, I'm actually kind of having fun in this game, you know? I don't know if this is, like, you know, the most amazing game, like, you know, I don't know how many people are going to come watching the stream or whatever, because, like, it's probably not going to get the best reactions out of me, because I'm just, like, it's a really mild game. But I am actually enjoying this. I'm having fun. It's an interesting game so far, and that's all I want. I don't care about, like, it doesn't have to be like 53-41 or a big, like, college level scoreline like that, right? Like, I just want to see close, interesting games. It doesn't need to involve a lot of scoring for me. Mikey says the YouTuber is big on Pro Media Network, New Orleans Saints News. It's a thumbnail of a random kid yelling, and Big Q eyes so big. Oh, Big Q is the name of the YouTuber? Oh, I might look him up. Is he like a Saints fan or something? Might I have him on? Because I'm thinking about, like, next year getting back to doing the previews of Bengals games, because I kind of enjoyed doing the previews. Like, part of the reason I stopped doing the previews is because, like, I didn't really have a lot of time at the time, and the previews weren't getting as many views as the other, as like the recaps, the reaction videos, and the power rankings. Like the preview shows were my worst performing ones. And on top of that, the guy I was doing previews with last year decided he didn't want to do it this year, so I just kind of like didn't. But I have time now, like, so I think maybe depending on what's going on next year, I think I might bring the previews back next year. We'll see. Yep. Big Q. All right, I might have to go check out Big Q then. Never heard of him. All right, Brandon McManus coming back to kick the ball back away to the Chiefs. And it goes through the end zone, touchback. All right. Touchback. Lions up on the Bears, 14-10. Let's go. Let's go, Blue Kitty. Let's go, Blue Kitty. Cardinals up 10-7 on the Falcons. Literally nobody cares. I don't even know why I mentioned that, because nobody, like, literally, like I said, I don't even think Cardinals and Falcons fans care about that game. Between a 4 and a 5 win team. Patrick Mahomes going to hand the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco, who picks up about 5 yards. That might be one of the better run plays they've had today. Dolphins tied with the Patriots 7-7. Colts and Giants 3-7. Saints still up on the Eagles 7-0, so their defense is playing well. All right. Well, go Saints. Panthers still up 7-0 on the Buccaneers. Browns up 3-0 on the Commanders. And Jaguars up 7-0 on the Texans. Shotgun formation for Patrick Mahomes on 2nd and 4. He's going to throw it quickly out to the right, and that's a first down. For number 24. Number 24 is Sky Moore. What? Isn't he a wide receiver? Why the hell is a wide receiver? This whole thing where they like opened up all like the numbers to everybody, like for the most part, like I see a lot like Carlos Dunlap being number 9. I think that's cool. Jamar Chase being number 1, that's awesome. But like a wide receiver wearing number 20 something, I don't like that. That's weird. I don't like that. Can we not, please? I don't want to see that. Patrick Mahomes rolls back in shotgun formation. Can't find anywhere to go with it, but eventually just, oh my God, throws it all the way down the field to number 19. Kadarius Toney, who just catches it up out of nowhere. Like, he just threw that ball. He was just like, I hope something happens. And then like, Kadarius Toney just went up in the air and picked that out of the air. My God, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Patrick Mahomes is an amazing football player, but that was not an amazing throw. That was an amazing catch by Kadarius Toney. So, well, is that where the Broncos get broken? Come on, Broncos. Can you hold them to a field goal? At least bring the 6-point scoreline back. That'd be something. All right, Patrick Mahomes rolls back shotgun formations. Got some pressure and evades the sack. Dumps it off to Travis Kelce, who hurdles a man, picks up a first down. Like, my God, dude. Travis Kelce's just a cheat code. Travis Kelce is just a straight-up cheat code. This is bull. Mikey says everyone was laughing at the video. That's why they call me a hurricane. Well, that's something, all right. Everybody was laughing at me last year when the Bengals beat the Chiefs, and like I got like so hyped up that I like knocked my chair over, and I think my voice was cracking and stuff like that. Everybody was also kind of laughing at me when Joe Burrow got hurt in his rookie year, and I like screamed into a pillow on the Battle of Ohio podcast. That was on the that was on my old intro, like, you know, picture me like that was me reacting to Joe Burrow getting his ACL torn. That was a bad day. That was a bad day. Oh boy, a couple players going off the field for the Broncos and the Chiefs. All right. Shotgun formation for Patrick Mahomes from the 10-yard line. Going to roll back. Dancing around all the way in the backfield. No pressure. Throws, and it's dropped. Ha! By Juju Smith-Schuster. Ha! Bitch. I don't like Juju Smith-Schuster if y'all can't tell. Fuck you, Juju. Josh Sweat was carted off the field in the first quarter. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Josh Sweat. I hope it's not too terrible for him. $10-0 Saints. There you go. Go Saints. Keeping them playoff hopes alive. Let's go Andy Dalton, baby. Patrick Mahomes takes a snap. Throws. Well covered. Well covered by the Broncos. Jackson, number 25. Doesn't let a single thing go to MVS there. That's Lamar Jackson. I wonder where he ended up. Lamar Jackson, the cornerback, by the way. I saw him in the draft a couple years back. Him and but both Lamar Jackson and AJ Green were cornerbacks in the same draft class a couple years ago. And I'd wondered where Lamar Jackson ended up. I guess he ended up in Denver. AJ Green is on the Browns. So, interesting. All right, 3rd and goal for the Chiefs after two unsuccessful red zone plays. Patrick Mahomes throws. It's intercepted. Let's go. It's intercepted out of the end zone by number 31 of the Broncos, Justin Simmons. Let's go, Broncos. All right. Intercepted Patrick Mahomes. And that was a horrible pass, by the way. That guy wasn't open. Number 84, is that Noah Gray? I think that's Noah Gray. Patrick Mahomes, I think, getting a little cocky there, thinking he can make a pass that I don't think anybody can make. Justin Watson, by the way, is the guy, not Noah Gray. Noah Gray is 83. But Justin Watson was there, and he was trying to get it to Justin Watson, but, like, he had no angle on that. Like, I don't know if, like, they're, like, best case scenario, that gets knocked away by the Broncos. But that was a terrible decision by Patrick Mahomes there. I think he got a little cocky and overconfident in his own abilities. Mikey says, tried to get a Juju jersey and it never came. Well, you know what? That's because Juju's a bitch. Because Juju Smith-Schuster is a bitch. He's all over TikTok and he's a bitch, quite frankly. Got rocked by Von Bell. It was one of the greatest moments in my life. It was amazing. When Von Bell rocked Juju Smith-Schuster, that was incredible. I loved it. Why did you want a Juju jersey? He never played for the Saints. Were you a Steelers fan or something? Like, secondarily? In which case, yeah. But anyway, we're going to get back to Red Zone. So, Panthers driving a little bit on the Buccaneers, looks like. Let's go. What the Panthers really need to do is they need to give the Buccaneers no hope, because you don't want to go into the game giving Tom Brady a chance to win it with 2 minutes left. That's the main thing. You want to get ahead early. All right, Jaguars. Handoff from Trevor Lawrence to Travis Etienne, who goes all the way down the field for about an 80-yard touchdown. Nice. Let's go Jags. Let's go Jags in a meaningless game, but still go Jags. Yeah, I'm sure you love Von Bell, Mikey. We picked up a bunch of Saints players here in Cincinnati, and Trey Hendrickson and Von Bell both were fantastic pickups. Von Bell, I will always be a Von Bell fan for that hit he had on Juju Smith-Schuster. He smacked him and made him fumble, and the Bengals ended up beating the Steelers for the first time in like 11 games or something like that. Oh, it was great. Oh, that was one of my favorite games of all time. And we were a terrible football team, too. That was 2020, and I think that was like our third win of the year or something like that. Like that we were so bad that season we ended up having the opportunity to draft Jamar Chase. But that game, man, against the Steelers, I will never forget how much of an impact that game made. I think that game was like the turning point for the Bengals, quite frankly. Like, ever since that game, it's just been like the Bengals have been like a national topic. Just collected jerseys and still do, fair enough. Maybe don't get a Juju jersey, though. Nobody likes Juju. I don't like Juju. And he's trash, so, you know. Juju's trash. That's all I gotta say. Giants up 13-0 on the Colts. And once again, I don't give a shit. I really, really don't care about either team at all in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I kind of like Brian Daboll, and I mean, I like Jeff Saturday as a person. I don't really particularly love him as a coach, but, you know, I root for Jeff Saturday as a human being. I like him. Daniel Jones fakes the handoff to number 82. I have no idea who that is because I don't have the roster up. And he gets it about 5 yards. Gets it about the 5-yard line, excuse me. All right, now we're going to the Browns-Commanders game where Carson Wentz is in shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to number 41, who picks up about 11 yards. So that's exciting, I guess, probably. All right, back to the Broncos game. Russell Wilson from shotgun formation on 3rd and 10. Rolls around, throws, caught! Middle of the field, let's go! Cortland Sutton. Big first down conversion there by the Broncos. And, I'm telling y'all, there's a chance. There is a real chance that the Broncos could pull off something special today. That's why I chose to stream this game, you know. If the Broncos pull it off, man, you're gonna see an excited human being. Because going into that Bengals Bills game, Bengals can really, really, like if the Broncos win today and the Bengals beat the Bills, that'll really solidify a really good shot to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. As Russell Wilson throws it straight into the fucking dirt. The hell was that? Got heavily pressured and just ended up throwing it like a half a yard. I'm actually a little surprised that wasn't intentional grounding. Giants with the touchdown over the Colts. Don't care. Mikey says, I got a Joe Burrow jersey because my mom picked Chiefs over Bengals. I picked Bengals in the AFC Championship and won the bet. There you go. There you go. I got my Joe Burrow jersey off of a bet, too. Russell Wilson shotgun formation on 2nd and 10. He's going to hand the ball off to Chase Edmonds, who picks up about 2 yards on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. I believe the Broncos are in field goal range, so they can probably tie it up with a field goal here. Be nice to see him get a touchdown, though. Nice to see him kind of put it away. Like in the end zone, you know. Can never feel comfortable against the Chiefs. Even like we're actually like only about 5 minutes away from halftime. So this game might go into halftime tied 6-6. Funnily enough. All right, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. He's going to roll back. He's going to look around, throws, and it's batted in the air. Almost intercepted after the bat, but no such luck. So, well, that was a pretty decent drive for the Broncos. Ends up stalling out. I thought the Broncos were farther down the field than that because Russell Wilson was around his own 30. So the Broncos are going to have to punt. That's stupid. I guess the Broncos were like on their own 40-yard line. I thought they were on the other 40-yard line. All right, punts away from Carlos Waitman. That's going to be caught around the 5-yard line by the Chiefs. And he makes a couple people miss. Fumbled! Broncos recover a fumble! Broncos recover the fumble at the 10-yard line. Let's go! Broncos recover a fumbled punt. Get all the way down the field at the 10-yard line. Let's go, Broncos! Let's go, Broncos! Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to have to break it out. Y'all. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it in time. Here we go. Told y'all I was my second favorite team was the Broncos when I was a kid, right? Let's go. Russell Wilson. Going to fake the handoff and keep it himself. He's going to run to the edge. Touchdown, Broncos! Let's go! Let's go, Broncos! All right. Myself an Elway jersey on. I told y'all I was a Broncos fan secondarily when I was a kid. It's kind of moved on at this point because, I never really was a big Peyton Manning fan. Like, regardless of what team, right? But, hey, today we Broncos fans, let's go. Today we Broncos fans, let's go. Let's go, Russell Wilson with the rushing touchdown to bring the Broncos up just before halftime. Got 4 minutes left, and if the defense can hold, then they'll go into halftime with a lead. Convert the extra point, and it is 10-6. Denver Broncos. Let's represent. Let's ride. Let's ride, baby. I'll ride that train all day long. I'll tell you that right now. Give the Bengals a chance at the number 1 seed. I'll be so happy. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Mikey, I'm a little bit of a jersey collector myself. Not as much as you. Like, it seems like, you collect them pretty significantly. But I do have a little bit of a collection in the back there. Not anything significant, just like, some Bengal jerseys I've accumulated over the years. I got a Carson Palmer jersey that I taped Quitter over. And then I got a Ray Maualuga jersey. I think I got a Hushmanzada jersey. I got my Geo jersey in the back. That's the one that I wore for years. And then obviously I got my Joe Burrow jersey, which I won on the Battle of Ohio podcast last year for winning the predictions. And this year I think we're just giving up on predictions because we didn't even do predictions last week. So I think we're going to try to be more consistent next year. And I think we'll also do like a pick'em league so that we can keep better track of what the predictions results actually are. It just kind of fell apart this year. But like in addition to that, I got the Elway jersey. I got an Ohio Bobcats because that's where I went to college. I got an Ohio Bobcats jersey. I got a Seattle Supersonics jersey because that was my basketball team growing up. I got a UK jersey. I got a UK basketball and football jersey. And then I got a Columbus Crew jersey, which is weird because before FC Cincinnati was a thing, I was a Columbus Crew fan, right? And I haven't been able to afford an FC Cincinnati jersey. So right now I've got the Crew jersey, but I don't have an FC jersey, right? I forgot to put quarter two. That I did. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. One of these days I'm going to be better about that. I promise. I promise I'll be better about that one day. Mikey says 13-0. Are the Saints up 13-0? Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Matthew, what's up, Matthew? Matthew says Pats. Pats are currently tied 7-7 with the Dolphins. I'm not really particularly rooting for either team. I mean, I guess, let's go Patriots for Matthew. But what I'm just rooting for, I want Ramondre Stevenson to have a good game, which he is not so far. So that sucks. But I'm just rooting for Ramondre Stevenson. That's all I'm rooting for. Yeah. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate you. I'm not always great about that. But hey, Broncos take the lead. Got my John Elway jersey on now. Let's go. Elway, let's go. All right. Kick is through the back of the end zone. It's just nothing but touchbacks today. So the Chiefs are going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. 25-yard line. Dalton is 11 for 11. Really? That's my boy, man. I'm telling you, man. When it comes to virtually meaningless games, which I know it's not entirely meaningless for the Saints because there's still a chance. But when it comes to like not the big games. Andy Dalton's typically not good in the big games, but the non-big games, Andy Dalton's like a Hall of Famer, basically. Like, if we're just talking about games that don't mean much, Andy Dalton's basically a Hall of Famer. Fake handoff from Patrick Mahomes, wow, who throws a big one to number 19. And that's a great catch, too. Wide open, Patrick Mahomes still almost overthrows him. But it is reeled in by Kadarius Toney. Again, Kadarius Toney's making a big impact today, y'all. Kadarius Toney is it's kind of saving Patrick Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes is misfiring a little bit. But Kadarius Toney's out there just making it happen. So, got to give Kadarius Toney credit. Minshew is 2 for 5. Well, that's unfortunate. I do like Gardner Minshew. All right, shotgun snap for Patrick Mahomes. Hands the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco, who gets basically nothing. And there's a flag on the play, too, which I thought I saw holding, so might knock him back. Yep, holding. Holding on the Chiefs. Going to knock him back. It's going to preserve first down, but they're going to lose 10 yards. Which I think the Broncos will take, right? Because they want to maintain zero. They want to maintain 0 points allowed to the Chiefs on this drive, right? Take back some of those yards you got from the Kadarius Toney catch, which, I mean, obviously, you still making a big impact on this drive, but, if you can help yourself out a little bit, I think you do. So now you're at the, now you're back across the other side of the 50. Patrick Mahomes takes a shotgun snap, going to throw it off short. That time, that is Noah Gray. And he gets about a 10-yard pickup there. Actually, might have been more like 15, I don't know. It was a big catch. It's not enough for a first down because he had 20 yards to go, but still a pretty good catch. Andy Reid over there looking at his Waffle House menu I'm going to get the All-American breakfast after this. Hamburgers. Hamburgers. Patrick Mahomes rolls back from shotgun formation, throws. He's got a wide open Jerick McKinnon. Gets it all the way down to the 20, the 19, 18-yard line. Jesus Christ, Broncos. That was a 12-yard pickup earlier by Noah Gray, by the way. It wasn't a little bit more than what I said. Jesus Christ, Broncos. Love the Saints to beat the Eagles because of my mom. Yep, for sure, man. For sure, that'd be a fun game for y'all to win. And hey, it keeps you alive in the division as long as the Panthers can win. So, let's go Saints. Let's go Andy Dalton. Let's go Andy Dalton. He's the king of meaningless games. He is the absolute king of meaningless games. Patrick Mahomes' shotgun formation is going to pitch it real quick up forward to number 19, Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney's making a big impact today, I'll tell you that right now. About a 5-yard pickup there for him. 3-yard pickup, I'm sorry. 3-yard pickup. So it's going to be 2nd and 7. And we're going to commercial. Exciting. All right, let's go to Red Zone, where they are showing the same play that I just said. So much for Red Zone, huh? Hey, there's an interesting run there by Carson Wentz, trying to get a touchdown. Panthers are up 14-0. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go chaos. All right, shotgun snap for Carson Wentz. Hands the ball off, and that's not. I think the Browns held him. It's gonna be 4th down. Thought he might have had it, but Browns held strong, and so that's going to be. How on earth are the Browns only up 3-0 after that interception earlier? That's nuts. Brian Robinson Jr., by the way, I thought he was gonna bowl his way forward for the 1st down, but looks like he just comes up short. Like, just barely comes up short. Like, by inches. Commanders might go for it on 4th down. Interesting call. With 23 seconds left to go in the half, I would almost say, like, just take the field goal, you know? Like, take any momentum you can get. Ooh, blocked punt by the Falcons. And it's recovered at like the 5-yard line. God damn. Falcons, who are currently down 10-7, right? And it's a handoff to Tyler Algier, who picks up the touchdown, 14-10. I guess that's how that happened. Like I said, I don't really give a shit at all about either of those teams. That's Cordell Patterson, by the way, not Tyler Algier. My bad. Like I said, I don't give a shit about either team. Like, I don't know if anybody does. Like, anybody on Earth. I don't know if anybody on Earth cares about either team. Even Falcons and Cardinals fans, I don't even think they care right now. All right. 4th down and a half-yard to go for the Commanders. Carson Wentz dives in, gets a touchdown. All right, well, Commanders get the touchdown, and Thomas is reeling because Carson Wentz scored a touchdown against this team. Oh, man. Oh, that's not fun. That's no fun for Thomas. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, looks like we're getting back to the Chiefs game now. Let's go Broncos. 10-6 with the lead. Now, are they going to hold the Chiefs to 6 points in the second half? Probably not. Actually, they're probably not going to hold them to 6 points here, but they might hold them to 3. I don't know. It's 2nd and 7 for Patrick Mahomes, who's going to take the shotgun snap. He's going to roll back, pressure, and just throws it into the dirt. Once again, how is that not intentional grounding? He didn't even get out of the pocket. There's been a lot of calls today that I'm pretty sure are intentional grounding that I guess just turned out to not be. As Nick Foles throws a pick 6 to the Giants. Golly, the Colts are just a nightmare right now, y'all. The Colts are just a nightmare. Terrible, man. All right, well. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. 3rd and 7. He's going to take the snap. He's going to roll back. Looks around. Throws to nobody. There's a flag, though. Might be holding on the Broncos. God damn it. I think that's going to be holding on the Broncos. Yep. Yep. Holding. Damn it. That's part of why Patrick Mahomes threw it to nobody, right? Because of the holding. You can't do that, dog. Like, you just can't do that. That was just... That's bad football. That's undisciplined football right there is what that is. Like, you just can't do that. Especially in that situation. Like, terrible, 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 terrible. So now it's going to be 1st and goal with 10 yards to go. Patrick Mahomes rolls back. He throws short to Jerick McKinnon, who picks up about 4.5, maybe. Something like that. It was kind of more or less a screenplay, right? Didn't go super far, but picked up a decent number of yards. Can the Broncos hold and preserve their lead? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see them with the lead heading into halftime. All right, Patrick Mahomes coming out, shotgun formation. He's got Jerick McKinnon to his left. Motions a man to his right. Staring at the Broncos. Takes a snap, rolls back, pressure immediately. Jerick McKinnon waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown. God. Great. 12-10. 12-10. Chiefs. The extra point will be 13, but as we saw earlier, it might not happen. Actually, I think they might. No, they are taking. I thought they might. I thought they might go for 2 here, but I guess not. Harrison Butker's going to come out to attempt the extra point. That one's good. All right, 13 points for the Chiefs. See if the Broncos can at least tie it up. They got what, like a minute and a half. Let's see. Minute and 2 seconds. So, I mean, there's a chance they could, like, go make a field goal happen, you know? Mikey says, the only incomplete pass by Dalton was the interception. That sounds like Andy Dalton. That right there sounds like Andy Dalton. He's very efficient throughout most of the day. His only incomplete pass is interception. That's the most Andy Dalton thing I've ever heard of all time. We like that. Yeah, well, you don't like the interception, but no, I feel it. I feel it. Y'all are up 13-0. I definitely feel that. Lions up 21-10, so I think Colo 8's pretty happy about that. Definitely think Colo 8's pretty happy about that. Panthers are up 14-7 on the Buccaneers. Let's go to red zone. And, oh, hey, there's the interception. There's the interception that Mikey was just talking about. So what was that, like a Hail Mary or something like that at the end just to try to get some points? I didn't really quite see what happened there. Andy Dalton not happy. Well, that's Andy Dalton for you. Nick Foles going to roll back, get sacked. God, Nick Foles sucks. Like, Nick Foles just honestly sucks, man. Oh, that's a bad look. So, on the sack, the Giants player is sitting there, like, mocking Nick Foles and, like, you know, doing, like, snow angels in the turf. And then it turns out Nick Foles is seriously injured. So, that's a terrible look. Justin Fields evading all that pressure. Good God. And then he fumbles. I think the Bears recovered it, though. Let's see. Oh, they're saying that the Lions must have ripped it away from the Bears. Gardner Minshew's going to roll back against the Saints. He's going to throw. And tipped in the dirt. With 5 seconds left, I imagine they're going to have one more, like, pass. Or they might just, like, kneel on it. I don't know. Something like that. Lions up 21-10 on the Bears. That's more like what I was expecting. Giants up 21-3 on the Colts. That's also more like what I was expecting. Jaguars up 21-0 on the Texans. That's special. Commanders up 7-3 on the Browns. Buccaneers down 14-7 against the Panthers. Saints up 13-0 against the Eagles. Gardner Minshew, one last throw. It's going to be a short screen. And he gets down to the 40, to the 35. And that's where he's taken down. And that's zeros on the clock. Tom Brady against the Panthers is going to throw to Mike Evans, short, who dances around and doesn't really do much there. About 7 yards. That was not exciting. We back to this Broncos game? I think we're back to the Broncos game. Got a minute and 2 seconds left, and the Broncos get the ball at the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson, you got to go probably about 50 yards to get in Brandon McManus field goal range. Can we do that in a minute and 2 seconds with all three timeouts? Quite possibly. Got to be efficient, though. And that's not efficiency. That's a short pass to Chase Edmonds. But hey, he gets out of bounds. Only about a 3-yard pickup, but he got out of bounds. So you got 57 seconds left on the 1-minute drill. Essentially is what it is. It's a 1-minute drill. Hey man, you get out of bounds, you pick up some first downs, you can do just about anything, I suppose. That was only a 1-yard. I thought it was like a 3-yard pickup. I guess it was a 1-yard pickup. That's weird. All right, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Rolls back, throws, it's dropped. Awful. Okbeweganam. Once again on the other end of a bad play. Now that one was his fault. The other one wasn't entirely his fault. Mikey says there was 34 seconds left. Well, where was this earlier in the season, Saints? Yeah, that's just life with Andy Dalton, man. Where was this earlier? That's what you want to know, but you'll never find out. All right, 54 seconds left for the Broncos on 3rd and 9. Can they keep the drive going and not give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes? That's, I think, what's important here. Because now you're risking giving a chance for Patrick Mahomes to go get quick points. All right, shotgun snap for Russell Wilson. He's going to roll back. He's going to throw it up high. There you go. First down. Down about the 50. Right on. Down about the 47-yard line to Chase Edmonds. That's a great pass by Russell Wilson. That's what you want to see. There you go. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Broncos are playing for their quarterback today, y'all. They're playing because everybody's been clowning on Russell Wilson. And they're not happy about it. Jerry Jeudy told us all about it on Twitter. They are not happy about the way that people have been talking about Russell Wilson. And I never thought he really deserved all that hate either. Like, yeah, he's corny. It's fun to make fun of him, but at a certain point, it's just like it goes beyond just like having fun with, you know, a weird, corny guy, and it becomes hateful, you know? I think that's where it's kind of gotten with Russell Wilson. It's gotten hateful, and that's just too far, you know? Mikey says, Minshew's lunch has been the grass. Well, I wonder if it's tasty grass. Hope so. Some grass can be probably pretty tasty, but a little, you know, olive oil and salt and pepper on there. I imagine that wouldn't be too bad. All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos, 43 seconds left. Still got all their time. Nope. I'm sorry, they actually just used a timeout. So they got 2 timeouts left. Shotgun snap for Russell Wilson. He's going to throw to Cortland Sutton. And I think the Broncos probably take a timeout here. Yep, there's a timeout. So about a 7-yard pickup. That probably gets you roughly in about field goal range for Brandon McManus. But you got 36 seconds left, and you got one more timeout, right? So, I mean, you still, you know, you're not going for it now. Russell Wilson is suddenly throwing some good passes, man. And these have been air balls too, but they've been air balls to like the right spot. So I think that just means wide receivers are getting open. Which is just like, where the hell has this been the rest of the season, right? But hey, those wide receivers are out there. They're trying hard for their boy Russell Wilson, man. And that's what you like to see, you know? Like, honestly, like all the Russell Wilson hate, like, it was funny at first, and then it just got cringy, right? So, like, now it's just kind of like it's the opposite. You want to see him do well just to fuck with all the people who've been talking trash, right? All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. And you got 1 timeout left, and you also have about 2 yards before you're in field goal range, according to the on-screen graphic. You're at the 39 now. I think that would probably be enough for McManus. But there's the first down for Cortland Sutton. So now you're definitely in field goal range. So Broncos managed to put together an offensive drive that works out pretty well. I'm trying to huddle to the line here, and Russell Wilson's got 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, takes a snap, rolls back. Oh my God, throws, and it's just Chiefs are saying they recovered a fumble, but I think that was I think that was an incomplete pass personally. Yeah, refs are saying that was an incomplete pass. Wait, what? Are they saying that was a recovered fumble by the Chiefs? There's no way. He threw that. That was going forward. How was that a fumble? That pass was going forward. It went mostly to the side, but that definitely went forward. That ball went forward. Like, not by much, by like an inch or so, but that ball went forward. That ball went forward. Like, that's not a fumble. That is a forward pass if I've ever seen one. Trent McDuffie's getting excited, but I don't agree with this. This is not a fumble by any way, shape, or form. That ball was going forward. Yeah, that his arm was going forward. The ball went forward. Like, there's no way that's not a pass. He was winding up to throw. Like, that's a pass. There's no way that, like, I'm not going to say there's no way they don't call this a fumble because the refs have been stupid lately, but, I mean, this would just be, if they call this a fumble, this would be another example of the refs being idiotic. There's no way that's a fumble. That his arm was going forward and the ball traveled forward, so there's no way there's just no way. Yeah, I know, Mike. I know. I remember the so-called incomplete pass versus the Bengals. Like, that's kind of my point. If they're going to call that an incomplete pass, how is this not an incomplete pass? Like, this ball is actually... Like, the thing with Mac Jones is the ball didn't even go forward. The ball went backwards, and they called it an incomplete pass. Like, bullshit. This ball is going forward, and his arm's going forward. Like, there's no way this isn't an incomplete pass. If they call this a fumble, I'm done. I'm done with, like, the refs. Like, period. This is just... biggest joke. Call stands. It's a... What? You have got to be out of your mind, man. These refs with, like, what they call fumbles and what they don't call... This is just an absolute ridiculous... You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. His arm was going forward, the ball was going forward, and yet they're not going to call Mac Jones's ball a fumble? Like, are you kidding me? What even is a fumble? We don't know what a catch is, and now we don't know what a fumble is? What a joke, dude. What an absolute joke. Patrick Mahomes rolls back. He's going to throw, and it's caught. 5 seconds left, well in field goal range. God. What a joke. I think it's well in field goal, right? Yeah, that's like 32 yards, man. The 32-yard line. Chiefs are going to end up getting the field goal. What a joke, dude. What an absolute, complete, utter joke. I have never seen a worse stretch of call from the refs in my life. Now this play's under review. Maybe they'll give one back to the Broncos here. Maybe this one's a makeup call. Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. I think he's in bounds. I think it's a catch, personally. Are they maybe saying that the knee was down, out of bounds? I don't know, dude. Like, dude, you got to be out of your mind to call that a fumble. Like, what an idiotic set of refs. They got to be the worst refs I've ever seen in my entire life. God, they get me so mad, man. Remember when we were screwed out of a Super Bowl because of the refs? Yeah, well, a lot of people remember that one, man. That one was... That one was a little iffier. Than at least these two. Like, these have been clear, obvious types of things, man. Like that whole thing, like, with the... Like, I understand with the pass interference where the Saints were coming from, but at the same time, they basically screwed the league over by, like, you know, like, whining about it to the point where they made pass interference, like reviewable for a while. And that was the worst thing to ever happen to football. Okay, that's a catch, man. That's a catch. That's a catch. Hey, maybe they rule it not a catch. Maybe it's a makeup call. That'd be pretty funny. But I think it's a catch. I think it's a catch, personally. Terrible. Yep, James. Yeah. We all remember that. I remember that mainly for, like, the Saints fans getting on my nerves for getting the rules changed. Yeah, that call stands, because of course it does, because the refs... Chiefs fans complained all year about, you know, how the refs are trying to, like, give Chiefs games away to the Bengals. And yet the Chiefs are just getting handed a game here by the refs right now. This is a joke. Like, this is a complete and utter joke right now. In no way, shape, or form should this be a field goal attempt by the Chiefs. Like, this is just a complete joke. Just a complete and utter joke of a fumble call right there. I am livid right now. Hey, the field goal got blocked. Interesting. All right, well, that was a really weird way to end the half. Broncos should have gotten the field goal and game should be tied 13-10 right now, but I guess not because the refs are a joke. But hey, the Broncos end up blocking a field goal and end up working out decently well enough for him. Ryan says that call needs to be called out, BS. That's right, man. That was such a joke. That was not a fumble. There's no way that was a fumble. Especially when they called Mac Jones's thing. If they're going to say that Mac Jones's fumble was not a fumble, then how the hell was that a fumble from Russell Wilson? Like, you gotta be absolutely kidding me. You gotta be absolutely kidding me. There's going to be a fucking... I might make a video about that, honestly. Like, I mean, not really super into making videos that potentially, like, get copyrighted. But that might be a video I have to make. Like, are you telling me, how on earth are you telling me that Mac Jones did not fumble the ball, but Russell Wilson did? Like, are you kidding me? God, these refs are just... I swear to God, there are some times when I think that the refs just do whatever they want to do, right? Like, I don't believe that the NFL is rigged. I think people who try to say that are idiots. Either they're clickbait or they're idiots. But stuff like that, it's like, I don't think the NFL is rigged, but I do think the refs are really, really bad at their jobs sometimes. And it's because they're, like, old guys who, like, you know, are basically retired and they're just out there, like, you know, doing it for fun, and, like, nobody wants to really get mad at them or anything like that. Nobody wants to fire grandpa, right? But at the same time, they're just not held to a certain standard they need to be held to. And again, I don't think it has anything to do with the game being rigged or anything like that, but I do think that the NFL has a referee problem, and it's a gigantic issue. The problem is, I think people see that the NFL has incompetent referees, and they assume that it has to be like, oh, because the referees are incompetent, then that must mean that the NFL is trying to get, like, you know, certain results. And it's like, no, the referees can just be incompetent and poorly trained. That is... that's a lot more likely than the NFL is trying to rig the game. Like, that would also be really hard to keep under wraps. So, just saying. Chiefs should have lost to the Raiders earlier in the season. Ref ball. Yeah, dude, Chiefs fans, I've never seen another fan base complain about things that they totally benefit from all the time. Except maybe the Steelers. But other than the Steelers, the Chiefs fans have got to be the most entitled fan base I have ever seen in my life. And for what? They only recently got good. Like, they have no business being as entitled as they are, but they act all the time like, you know, oh, the world's out to get us. And it's like, no, the hell, the world is not out to get you. Chiefs fans are the most entitled fucking assholes on the planet. I swear to God. And then shit like that happens, you know? If the Broncos don't kill the Chiefs, the Raiders definitely will. I mean, just like, will they though? Like, I feel like if Derek Carr was starting, they'd have a chance. But now that he's not, I don't believe in the Raiders at all now. One word, favoritism. It feels like that. It really does feel like that. I don't know if it's that or if it's just incompetence. But it really feels like favoritism. It probably isn't actually favoritism, but it sure feels like it. What else is going on? At halftime, the Falcons are up 14-13 on the Cardinals in Tank Bowl 2022. 2023, actually. We're in 2023 now. Happy New Year, y'all. Lions are up on the Bears 24-10 at halftime. That game's probably wrapping up already. Chiefs up on the Broncos 13-10 because of some bullshit. Like, I mean, at the same time, who knows if Brandon McManus even makes the field goal? They could have blocked it, you know. But at the same time, that was such a bullshit penalty. Like, that was the most bullshit penalty I've seen. Not penalty. That was one of the most bullshit fumble calls by the refs that I've seen since last week. Which, like, 2 weeks in a row. How does that happen 2 weeks in a row? It's the most egregious calls I've ever seen on a fumble. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Dolphins and Patriots tied 7-7, and it looks like Ramondre Stevenson's having a bad game, so that sucks. Giants up 24-3 on the Colts. Good God. Saints up 13-0 on the Eagles. Panthers up 14-10 on the Buccaneers. Browns down 3-7 to the Commanders. Jaguars up 21-0 on the Texans. Browns and Commanders and Saints Eagles have actually already gotten out at halftime, so interesting. Ramondre Stevenson has 5 carries for 30 yards. Oh, man, that may not have worked out in my favor. I wonder what's going on with my fantasy team, man. I'm in the championships, and I just need... Wow, everybody is having a awful game. Devontae Smith, Latavius Murray, Miles Sanders, and Ramondre Stevenson all having awful games today, man. Had a great day from Dalton Schultz, and then nothing from half of the rest of my team. Which, you know why that's particularly unfortunate? If I can't have some dudes who come out and have big games, then that means I'm going to need Baker Mayfield to have a big game, which is probably unlikely. And then also Stephon Diggs. Yeah, I've got Stephon Diggs is probably my like the best player I have on my fantasy team. And if things keep going the way they're going, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to need Stephon Diggs to ball out against the Bengals. I think I'd rather just lose my championship, honestly. You know, I'd rather the Bengals win. But still, you know, I got money on that league, so it'd be nice to win. Let's see, what's the other team doing? I didn't see that they were doing particularly well. No, she's got Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and James Conner, who all having pretty good games. And Jerry Jeudy, who's not having a good game. So, well, looks like I didn't make a terrible decision benching Jalen Waddle, though, because he's not having a good game. And actually, Ramondre Stevenson's actually doing a little bit better, interestingly enough. So, as much as Ramondre Stevenson isn't doing well, I guess so far it's better than what Jalen Waddle's done. Interesting. All right. I guess we're looking at Saints-Eagles on red zone right now. Handoff, and Saints swallow them up in the backfield. Ooh, boy. That's not going to help my fantasy team. But it'll help Mikey. Oh, it'll help Mikey and Andy Dalton. But, that was Boston Scott. Okay, it wasn't Miles Sanders. That's fine. Y'all can do whatever you want to Boston Scott. I just need, Miles Sanders to get a couple touchdowns, you know, just let him get a couple touchdowns. Come on, you know, here. Saints go up 52-0 on the Eagles, right? And then let Miles Sanders get a couple garbage time touchdowns. That'd be good for me, I think. All right, there's the handoff to number 14 for a big run. Kenneth Gainwell, who's got the touchdown. Oh boy, come on! If you're gonna give up points to Eagles running back, can you give it? Oh, there's a flag. What's the flag? Oh, Lane Johnson's gonna get called for holding. God. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not Lane Johnson. That's Dickerson. I don't know who that is. And that holding actually created that hole for Kenneth Gainwell there. So. Well, hey, maybe they'll let Miles Sanders get the touchdown this time. That's all I'm saying, man. If you're gonna give up a touchdown to an Eagles running back, give it up to Miles Sanders, please. I mean, I'll root for the Saints all you want, but just give me a couple Miles Sanders touchdowns. That's all I want. Minshew throws it up and it's batted away. 3rd and 14. Now it's going to be 4th and 14. Oh, so much for Miles Sanders getting anything done. Deshaun Watson fakes the handoff to Kareem Hunt and then gets himself a first down. Well, Browns are driving. That's terrible. Fuck the Browns. Is Miles Sanders even playing? Because I didn't see him at all on that drive. Jake Elliott, the kicker who got away, but it's okay because we got Evan McPherson now coming out. And, oh, geez. Okay, yeah, Miles Sanders is playing. He's the leading rusher. He's not doing much, but he's the leading rusher. Averaging 8 yards per carry, but they've only given him 4 carries. Like, come on, man. Give Miles Sanders some more carries. Come on. Got to get your running game going. I mean, if you want to have a chance in this game, you got to get your running game going, which is one of the strengths of the Eagles, so why are you not doing it? Air ball there from Mac Jones. Nothing there for him. Deshaun Watson's going to throw to Amari Cooper, who tiptoes down the sideline in for a touchdown for the Browns. All right, well, Browns are up on the Commanders now. Bet Thomas is happy. I think all he wants to do is beat Carson Wentz. Only thing in this world he wants to do is beat Carson Wentz. And we are still waiting for anybody who's joining us. We're still waiting for the Broncos and Chiefs to come back from halftime, just so y'all know. Still waiting for Broncos, Chiefs to come back from halftime. So we're just seeing what's going on Red Zone for now. Supporting the Broncos today because we need the Chiefs to lose to either the Broncos or the Raiders. And to be completely honest, I don't trust the Raiders at all right now. Like with no Derek Carr, like I do not see a situation. I don't see Jarrett Stidham beating the Chiefs. It's just not going to happen. Browns field goal is good, or extra point is good, so it's going to be 10-7. Browns go up 10-7. Giants got the ball. Going to be a short throw to... Oh, it's going to be a fumble to the Colts. Colts pick up a fumble, and they're down 24-3, but hey, that's something exciting that happened there for the Colts. Now, if only their offense could exist in any sort of positivity whatsoever. Falcons, Desmond Ridder takes a shotgun snap. He's going to get sacked. Jeez. Was that J.J. Watt? The soon-to-be retiree J.J. Watt picking up a sack on Desmond Ridder? It's like watching Andy Dalton. Call him Red Ryder BB gun, too? Oh, he's got a little baby who came to the game. That's cool. That's cool. I don't actually hate J.J. Watt. I just, he tortured the Bengals early in his career, and obviously I don't like that, right? But at this point, it's just like, I'm glad he's happy. Sam Ellinger is the quarterback for the Colts now. Jesus Christ, man. Takes the shotgun snap, throws, and it's batted away. It's going to be 4th and 9. Oh, man. Hey, so you know what? I think I picked a pretty good game to stream. Just saying, Broncos Chiefs is a tight, closely contested game. And some of these other games just look awful, quite frankly. Like, I don't even know if, this might have been the best game to stream, quite frankly. Cardinals Falcons, again, who cares? Lions are destroying the Bears, so that wouldn't have really been fun to stream. Dolphins Patriots is close. That might have been interesting to stream. But again, the implications I think are higher in the Chiefs Broncos game. Giants 24-3 over the Colts would have been horrible to stream. Saints over the Eagles. I mean, maybe just because of all the Saints fans who follow me for some reason. Probably because of LSU, right? Because of Joe Burrow and New Orleans and all that. I'd imagine that's why I have as many Saints fans following me as I do. Panthers Buccaneers. That might have been interesting to stream. I don't think the implications would have been as interesting as Broncos Chiefs, but as the Broncos kick the ball away to the Chiefs, and it's a touchback. Lions lining up at the 2-yard line. Handoff to Jamal Williams, who picks up the touchdown. There's another one for the Lions. It's 31-10. Jaguars up 21-0 on Titans, and Browns up 10-7 on the Commanders. So yeah, like the only game worth streaming from a Bengals perspective is Broncos Chiefs anyway, and it's a really interesting competitive game so far. So I'm happy. If my stream would quit freezing, Jesus. Well, we're gonna find out what's going on eventually at some point in life. Gotta reset the stream, guys. Sorry if there's anything happening right now. All right, shotgun formation for Patrick Mahomes. He takes a snap on 2nd and 8 and throws up, and it's dropped by number 24. That's Sky Moore, right? Right. He's the wide receiver with the running back number that I hate. That's just a straight up drop. It wasn't the best pass in the world from Patrick Mahomes, but it was just straight up dropped by Sky Moore. All right. So I guess the first down play was an incomplete pass from Patrick Mahomes. Or was it? That actually might not be true. What was the first down play? Is Pacheco got 2 yards. Tackled by Kareem Jackson. Okay. All right. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation on 3rd and 8. Takes the snap, rolls back. Broncos get a little bit of pressure. He throws it deep. And that's knocked away by the Broncos. Let's go. Knocked away by the Broncos. Great pass by Patrick Mahomes, and good attempt at a catch there. Chiefs got a guy down on the ground. Might be injured. Great breakup there by combination of Williams, number 21, who actually did most of the work, but then Kareem Jackson comes and finishes it off with just knocking that ball out of his hands. So that was number 62 of the Chiefs, who is down with an injury right now, and that is Joe Thuney. That would suck to lose him, man. Oh, yikes! That's a big yikes for me, dog. All right, let's get that sound muted again. Browns playing good defense against the Commanders. That's the only thing worth talking about there. Carson Wentz rolls back to pass, tries to throw it to Dotson, who just drops it. So that's not even good defense. This is bad offense. Daniel Jones throws short and fumble. I guess they called him down. Okay, so I guess it's a fumble, but they called him down. So we are on an injury timeout for Chiefs Broncos right now, by the way, because Joe Thuney is hurt, and that would suck for them to lose him. Brian Robinson's going to take the carry against the Browns, and gets maybe about a yard. A lot of bad football going on in the NFL right now, and quite frankly, like as much as I didn't have high expectations for Broncos Chiefs, I think that's the best game of the day so far. Like that's the most interesting game of the day so far. Kind of interesting to see the Saints beating the Eagles. Kind of interesting to seeing the Lions destroying the Bears. But the only game that I think is actually like both teams are playing pretty decent football is Broncos Chiefs. And there's some like not great football too. It's not all amazing football, but it's just like it's the best game on so far. So I think I picked the right one. As Carson Wentz takes a 10-yard sack. Good God. Good God, man. Daniel Jones shotgun formation on 2nd and 2 from the 22-yard line. Keeps it himself. Picks up a first down. All right. Good job, Daniel Jones. You suck, but good job. Carson Wentz just absolutely getting abused in this game. He's terrible, dude. Like, what happened to him? Like he was, like, at one time looked like he was going to be, like, the Eagles quarterback of the future. And since then, he's just been a nightmare. Like, I don't know what happened to Carson Wentz. Because, like, he looked like he was going to be good. I don't know what's up with him, man. Mikey says, who dat? Let's go. Did not pop up. There it is. Mikey says, who dat? Let's go. Who dat? Who dat? I'll say that, too. For my boy, Andy Dalton. By the way, I got not an Andy Dalton jersey, but I have like an Andy Dalton shirt. So I don't know if that counts as part of the jersey collection, but it's kind of like it's a t-shirt with like a jersey style to it. So like it doesn't use jersey material, but it has like the style of like it's got like the number on the back and the nameplate and everything like that. But it's a t-shirt, right? So I got that. Let's go, Broncos. Back to the action. 1st and 10 for Russell Wilson. Broncos defense came up and got the Chiefs off the field. Now if the Broncos can just put some offense together, man, come on. Russell Wilson, after the bullshit fumble, throws, nice pass to number 82. Taken down about midfield. Great pass there by Russell Wilson, man. Middle of the field. I will say he's been throwing a lot of airmail balls today, but, you know, he's been connecting on a lot of them. So I guess it works out. Number 82, by the way, that's Eric Solbert, the tight end. Don't know anything about him. I don't even remember scouting him for the draft. It was about 5 years ago, right? That might have been during the period where I was kind of like not paying that much attention to. All right, handoff to Chase Edmonds. Got some room on the outside. Picks up about 9, maybe 10 yards. Might have got another first down. There's a flag, though. What's the flag? Probably holding. Usually is. Yep, it's holding. Holding on the Broncos. God, I did forget to put quarter 3, didn't I? I forgot to change it to halftime, too, didn't I? God, I am not... I got this whole thing, and I just constantly dropping the ball. Got this whole nice setup, and problem is I don't have a nice brain. All right, thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. All right, well, that didn't go so well for the Broncos, but this is their problem, man. Like, the Broncos have some good plays, and then they just kind of stall out. Like, it feels like they have the building blocks of a decent offense there. But then they just kind of stall themselves out, right? So it's going to be 1st and 16 after the holding penalty. Which I guess still preserves some of that catch that they had from Eric Saubert. But, you know, they still got to, like, recover a little bit. Russell Wilson throws short and return maybe just a little bit beyond line of scrimmage to Latavius Murray. That was a busted up play. That didn't work out so well. Dude, my internet. What is up with my internet? It just keeps like freezing and cutting out on me. I hope it doesn't happen tomorrow against the Bills. Dropping the ball like Kevin White. Yeah, well. There's a reason that we don't bring up Kevin White these days. Dude, what is going on with my stream? I don't understand what's going on with my internet right now. This is terrible. I'm going to have to call the internet company. All right, Russell Wilson is in shotgun formation. He's empty. Nobody in the backfield with him. So, all right, let's see what. Good protection. Throws. Batted up in the air. Oh, my God, that was dangerous. Nobody came down with it, though, luckily. But it's 3rd and 16 now, so. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, the Broncos keep doing. The Broncos keep, like, teasing a semblance of like a decent offense today and then just completely like falling apart. Man. Broncos defense is doing everything they can to try to give the Broncos offense an opportunity to win this game. The Broncos offense is just like, no thank you. No, I'm good. I don't want to win today. Now part of that is because the refs, you know, said Russell Wilson fumbled when he absolutely didn't. short dump off to Latavius Murray on 3rd and 16. Like, what was the point of that? That was terrible. He got like 1 yard out of it. That was an awful play call. That was awful. That was just terrible right there. Broncos are honestly probably, like, if the Broncos are going to win this game, they're probably going to need a defensive score. Which I feel like is like most Broncos games, right? Jesus. All right, well. Carlos Waitman's coming out to punt again. And takes the snap. Boots it away from about the 30-yard line. Gets it down to about the... Yep, goes for a touchback. All right, well, Chiefs are going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. Mikey says Trace McSorley was benched for David Blau. What a Blauhard. What a Blauhard. But, dude, it's like, I think Cliff Kingsbury is just like flailing and trying desperately to hope to save some semblance of his job. Either that or he already figures he's going to get fired, so he's just like, I might as well just fuck around at this point. Cardinals are winning, though, for what it's worth. David Blau's playing. Yep, Cardinals are winning with David Blau, so there's something to be said about that. Something to be said about David Blau winning. Now, he's also going up against the Falcons and Desmond Ridder being a brand new quarterback, but, you know, it's also not nothing. Patriots and Dolphins are still tied 7-7. How is that even possible? Can we get, like, some Ramondre Stevenson rushing yards, man? Like, he's the Patriots' leading rusher and averaging 5.5 yards per carry, and they've only given him 6 carries. Like, come on. You can, like... With the game this close and your defense apparently playing really well, like you gotta give your guys more carries than that, man. Come on. Poor coaching there by Bill Belichick. Poor coaching. Patrick Mahomes is the Denver defense is doing a good job of helping Patrick Mahomes give me a chance at winning this championship semifinal, despite the fact that everybody on my team... Oh, no, Jacksonville's doing a good job for me. So I got Jacksonville starting at defense. They got 19 points against the Texans right now. Let's see. And I had Dalton Schultz, who got 21. So I still might have a pretty decent chance, regardless of what Ramondre Stevenson does. Miles Sanders still hasn't done hardly anything. Devontae Smith hardly done anything. Latavius Murray hardly done anything. He's had a couple good runs, but just hasn't really done anything with them. Jalen Waddle is now outperforming Ramondre Stevenson, so that sucks. But if things hold the way they're currently going, looks like my opponent actually benched the Giants defense, who is actually playing extremely well right now. So that works out for me. And benched Graham Gano. Well, she's got Justin Tucker, so I guess that makes sense, right? All right, shotgun snap for Patrick Mahomes, and it's knocked away. Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling, knocked away by number 21 of the Broncos, who is K'Waun Williams. Man, it's just like, if the Broncos had a semi-competent offense, then they'd be running away with this game, you know? That's the thing. That's got to be like, if this is what Brandon Perna has to deal with every week, I understand why he's gone insane. Patrick Mahomes trying to go for it all and overthrows MVS. Oh boy, he had wide open MVS and just overthrew him. Man, that could have been the game breaker right there. That could have broken the game wide open if he had hit that one. I think the Broncos defense looks like it's getting a little tired, but Patrick Mahomes just like missed him. Way overthrew him. He's not happy with himself, as I would imagine. I wouldn't be happy with myself after that throw either. All right, Mahomes, shotgun formation. Broncos defense doing a good job today. Rolls back. He's going to possibly keep it himself. Yeah, he keeps it himself. And he doesn't get anywhere near the first down marker. Broncos are going to get off the field. Well, it's going to be like 4th and 7 or something like that. But either way, Broncos defense is going to get off the field. And hopefully the offense, for the love of God, put something together? Like, you just get opportunity after opportunity. Man. I understand why people are hating on Russell Wilson, because he's not doing anything for you. Which is a shame, because he's a really, really talented football player. Like, he really should be. Like, it feels like you're just constantly on the edge waiting for him to do something. And it really feels like he should. And he just never does it. And he actually has, for what it's worth. He has had a couple really good plays. As the punt is returned to about the 36-yard line. So it's going to be decent starting field position for the Broncos. So maybe they can go get a field goal or something. Oh, God. Lions with another touchdown. My God, the Bears are just getting slaughtered. Bears are getting absolutely destroyed. It's 38-10. Let's go, Lions. Let's absolutely go. All right, man. 13-10. Kansas City Chiefs just barely edging out the Denver Broncos right now, which is kind of what I was thinking might happen. Like, my expectation is that the Chiefs are going to come in here and steamroll the Broncos. But I also thought the reason I chose to stream this game is because of what I thought might happen is that the Broncos would kind of keep it close, because they did last time, right? And especially with, like, you know, the new coach boost and everything like that. Like, I just thought that there was a chance that the Broncos might have, you know, an opportunity to, like, upset the Chiefs here. And they do. They do. It's the third quarter. It's like the middle of the third quarter, and the Broncos are only down by 3 points. Their defense is playing amazing. If their offense can just get going, then they might pull this one off, honestly. They got to get the offense going, but Dolphins finally broke the scoreless third quarter with the Patriots, and it's 14-7 now. Teddy Bridgewater playing in that game. I think I said something about Tua earlier, but it's Teddy Bridgewater. Giants up 31-3 on the Colts. Poor Colts. Saints up 13-3 on the Eagles. Let's go. Let's go, Andy Dalton. Winning those meaningless games. And again, I know it's not entirely meaningless. But it's just one of those classic Andy Dalton games, right? Like one of those games where you just like don't really expect anybody to do anything. And he just kind of like randomly is just like, hey guys, guess what? I'm good. He's 16 for 18. Hasn't thrown a touchdown, but he's 16 for 18. Very efficient. That's who Andy Dalton is. Panthers up 14-10 on the Bucks. Hopefully they can hold on to that. Although the Bucks are knocking on the, they are at the 10-yard line, so there's a chance that they could. They probably will be getting points on this drive. Browns up 17-7 on the Commanders, so that's that's pretty much it for the Commanders. Jaguars up 28-3 on the Texans. Let's go. Keep that Jaguars defense playing great, man. I'd love to see that. Especially if I can't get any production out of my skill players on fantasy. Although there's one. Latavius Murray with the 5-yard pickup. That's what I like to see. Need to have a big game from him. Haven't so far, but maybe he can get a touchdown. Honestly, I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. I don't see Russell Wilson throwing a touchdown, but I think Latavius Murray might be able to rush one in at some point. I'm still mad that was a fumble, dude. Because, like, Brandon McManus comes out, gets the field goal. Now, granted, Harrison Butker had a field goal blocked, so, I mean, it's quite possible that could have happened for the Broncos, too. Like, Brandon McManus could have had his field goal blocked. But at the same time, like, that was not a fumble. His arm was going forward. So stupid. So stupid. But then again, the other side of that is, he might not have had the field goal blocked, and they also might have scored a touchdown. That one's probably a little far-fetched. But still, the Broncos' offense was kind of rolling at that point. So, I don't know. 2nd and 5, Broncos got the ball at the 42-yard line. Russell Wilson's going to fake the handoff to Latavius Murray, then toss it to Latavius Murray, who picks up the first down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get all the yards to Latavius Murray. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I want to see. That's what I would love to see. All right. Trying to win my fantasy semifinals here so I can get to the fantasy Super Bowl, which I guess is what they call it. All right, 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson is under center. He's going to fake the handoff to Latavius Murray. He's going to throw short. Not broken up. Tackled in the backfield. Eric Saubert just couldn't get anything done there. Well, the Broncos offense giveth, the Broncos offense taketh away. Mostly take away. They mostly take away. But hey, they might not. Named my fantasy team Money Mac Attack. Seems to be working out pretty well for me. Almost got first place in the regular season, but then I lost my final game. But either way, I think I'm going to be going to the fantasy Super Bowl. Handoff to Latavius Murray. He's got a big hole up the middle. Let's go. Gets about a 14, 15-yard pickup. Let's go. That's field goal range, I think. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I was wrong. About 22-yard pickup. Fuck me. Devontae Smith looks like he got a touchdown. Let's go. No, he didn't. He just got 6 receptions for 71 receiving yards. Whatever. All right, Russell Wilson's going to hand the ball off to Latavius Murray, who was doing it all on this drive. And that's what I want to see, right? Latavius Murray doing everything. I got him in fantasy, man. I'm just trying to win my fantasy game. That's all I want. That's all I want. Got to beat the commissioner of the league, actually, is who I'm up against. And she is not having a good game out of Jerry Jeudy, but having a pretty decent game out of James Conner and Tyreek Hill, but not having a good game out of Patrick Mahomes. So hopefully we can keep that up. Hopefully we can keep that up. I'd like to see that. All right. Jaguars still got 16 points. No matter what happens, Dalton Schultz got 21, so that really helped me out this week. Looks like Raheem Mostert was a bad bench for her. She benched the Giants defense and Raheem Mostert, who so far would have gotten her about 27 points. So, what was that? Was that a false start? Looked like a really terrible play by the Broncos, so they might just take the false start here. Oh, neutral zone infraction by the Chiefs, actually. Wow. All right, then. Neutral zone infraction on Chris Jones, the big defensive tackle. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Chris Jones. Chris Jones. Come on, Rondre Stevenson. I just need you to, do something, please. Something, anything. He's got 1 reception, 4 carries. All right, 2nd and inches. Russell Wilson's going to fake the handoff to Latavius Murray. He's going to go for it all, and that's a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. Alfred Okbaweganon, all the way over the top. Broncos take the lead. Let's go. Alfred Okbaweganon, which I'm 99% sure is how you pronounce his name. Okbaweganon, right? That is, I'm 99% sure that's how you pronounce it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Broncos up 16-13. The opportunity to go to 17 with the Brandon McManus extra point. It's just up and it's good. 17-13. Broncos with the lead over the Chiefs. Can they hold? Still got a whole quarter and a half left to play, man, but the chance is real. Chance is real. The Broncos got the lead. Russell Wilson is playing pretty decent football today. It's like this isn't Like, I mean, I know it's not perfect. It's not great. But you're seeing the Broncos, like you're seeing Russell Wilson out there making some good plays. The Broncos offense still kind of sucks. But Russell Wilson's doing all right. You know, Russell Wilson's starting to show that, hey, maybe next year, maybe next year won't be so bad, right? Maybe next year, Russell Wilson comes in and puts up a pretty decent season, right? And that's what I've been saying all season, right? Like, I figured, actually, exactly what's happening right now is what I thought was going to happen. I figured, early on in 2022, Russell Wilson would look great, and then he'd kind of start coming on near the end of the year. Now, I figured it would have happened before week 17. But, hey, he's looking pretty decent today. He hasn't thrown an interception, knock on wood. He hasn't thrown an interception. He's doing a pretty good job using his legs. He's evading pressure. He's making some good throws. He's also making some bad throws and some bad decisions. So it's not perfect yet, but he's starting to show you a little bit of like why you brought Russell Wilson to Denver. He's definitely, right now, the Russell Wilson you're getting right now is way better than any quarterback the Broncos probably had since Peyton Manning. Like, way better than Brock Osweiler. Way better than Drew Lock. Way better than Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, honestly, Teddy Bridgewater might have been their best quarterback since Russell Wilson, which is depressing to think about. Not Russell Wilson, since Peyton Manning, which is kind of depressing to think about. But I mean, not for me. Like I said once, like I didn't really like Peyton Manning, so like the Broncos were kind of like my second team when I was growing up, and then like I didn't really like Peyton Manning just as a human being. So like as he kind of started taking over, I kind of stopped being quite as into the Broncos. And I've always kind of also had a soft spot for the Jaguars, so that, they weren't any good, but I was losing interest in the Broncos, so I believe I actually rooted for the Panthers in that Super Bowl. Which is weird because I rooted for the Broncos against the Seahawks, right? And that didn't work out for me. But I rooted for the Broncos against the Seahawks, and then I rooted for the Panthers just because I liked Cam Newton better than I like Peyton Manning. Like, I just don't like Peyton Manning, Panthers still up 14-10 on the Buccaneers. Nice. Broncos kick back to the Chiefs through the end zone. That's going to be another touchback because that's all we get today is touchbacks galore. Touchbacks galore. All right. Yep. Dude, I'll tell you one thing. Like, the Jaguars going into the division matchup against the Titans next week, the way they're playing right now, I don't know if I've ever felt safer in a bet saying the Jaguars are going to win that game. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun snap, throws it over top, and it's broken up. Nice play there by Kareem Jackson to knock the ball away from Travis Kelce. Is it Kelsey or Kels? Like, I hear people say Kelsey. It looks like Kels. I'm not sure. There's a flag on the play. We're going to call like holding or something like that. Defensive holding, I would assume. Nope. Nope, that was a totally clean play. I don't know what this penalty is. That was totally clean. That was a perfect knockaway. They picked the flag up. So, all right, 2nd and 10. I guess they might have been saying something about pass interference, but like there's no way that was pass interference. Like, I don't even know how you potentially thought that. Anyway, shotgun snap for Patrick Mahomes. He's going to roll around in the backfield, has all day. Throws it up, almost intercepted by the Broncos, but by Blake Jewell. But, just falls harmlessly to the ground. Broncos defense is hungry for this game, man. Broncos desperately want to win this game. Broncos are just so ready to win this game, man. Almost picked there by Blake Jewell, but it's just a little too high for him. But still manages to knock it away, though. And Patrick Mahomes is looking very mortal right now. Gotta say. Patrick Mahomes not looking like the Patrick Mahomes we're used to seeing. All right. Patrick Mahomes rolls back. He's going to keep it himself, and there's Broncos immediately all over him. He picks up like maybe 2 yards, and that's going to be another 4th down. The Broncos defense, man. Broncos defense is something special. At least today. At least today they are. I know they haven't been amazing all season, but today they're something special. Teddy Bridgewater threw a pick to the New England Patriots, and that is possibly a pick six. Oh my God, it's a pick six. Jesus. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Teddy. All right, so it's going to be a punt from Mr. Townsend. Punts away, boots it up, and that's a damn good punt. It's going to be fair caught at the 16-yard line. Wow. That's a damn good punt. Yikes. Now, like for the Broncos, yikes. That's a damn good punt for the Broncos. Patrick Mahomes not having a good day today. You love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. You really do. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I'm going up against T. Higgins. So I've got Stephon Diggs. My opponent has T. Higgins. So I don't know if I want to root for Stephon Diggs to have a big game and T. Higgins. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. Jamar Chase can have all the yards this week. That's fine. That's fine. Jamar Chase can have all the yards this week. T. Higgins can take the week off. All right. Hand off to Latavius Murray, who goes backwards. About 1.5 yards lost there. That didn't work out. Come on, Latavius. I need you to go forward. I need you to boldly go where no Denver Bronco has gone before. The end zone. Although, Russell Wilson did throw an touchdown earlier, so, give him credit for that. Alfred Ogboeganam. It's a fun name to say. Because I'm like 99% sure I'm saying that name right, so. Alfred Ogboeganam. All right, Russell Wilson's under center. Motions a man to his left, and that's, I think, KJ Hamler. Oh, no, that's Kendall Hilton, who only picks up about maybe a half a yard on the reverse run play there. So, Broncos offense kind of stalling out on this drive. Not looking so good for the Broncos offense on this drive, but hey, they did their job. They did their job on the last drive, so if the Broncos defense can keep playing well, then maybe they'll have a chance. Over 100 decibels in Arrowhead Stadium right now. Oh boy. Shotgun snap for Russell Wilson on 3rd and 11. He's going to go deep. And is that caught? That's caught at the 40-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Cortland Sutton, for now, got a 40-yard catch. Oh, they're calling that on the Broncos. No, they're not. Pass interference on the Broncos. Yep, never mind. Pass interference on the Broncos. Cortland Sutton. What did he do? What did he do? I didn't see anything on that play. It looks like he just went up for the ball. If anything, there was pass interference on the defense. I'm not seeing. Oh yeah, he kind of pushed off a little bit. Yep. That's okay. That's fair. That's fair. It's a weak call, but that was pass interference. That's fair. Can't do that, Cortland Sutton. All right, it's gonna be 3rd and 19. The Broncos got the ball all the way back at the 8-yard line now. That sucks. Russell Wilson takes the snap. He's gonna just hand the ball off to Chase Edmonds, who dances around and picks up a decent amount of yards, but really all he did was give the Broncos room to punt. Gets it back to about the 19-yard line, so. Well. So much for that, man. I was so excited about that catch, but that was totally pass interference. Like, that was just terrible. Terrible decision there by the Broncos, by Cortland Sutton. You can't push off. That was such an obvious push off. Like, I was looking because he did it so early in the play that the original replays weren't really showing it. As Carlos Waitman punts the ball away to the 30. That's a bad punt. And taken out of bounds around the 35-yard line. So the original replays didn't even show the pass interference. That's how early in the play it happened. But once they found a replay with enough footage, that was definitely a push off. Like that was just a stupid play by Cortland Sutton. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration by the Chiefs, by number 6 there by the Chiefs. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a Brian Cook. Maybe a little bit of an exaggeration by Brian Cook, but that's still a stupid play by Cortland Sutton. Like, you can't do that. Patrick Mahomes going to throw it short. About 5-yard pickup there for Sky Moore. The wide receiver with the running back number for no fucking reason. I still hate that. You know? That's still stupid. I hate that he's got a running back number. But whatever. 2nd and 5 for the Chiefs. Going to hand the ball off, and he's got a first down. That's Isaiah Pacheco on about a 7-yard pickup there. 7-yard pickup there for Isaiah Pacheco. Come on, Broncos. Defense was playing so well, but it's not playing well right now. Not on this drive. Let me clarify on this drive. They've been playing great otherwise, but this drive so far is, not a good start. All right. From the 41-yard line, Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. He's going to roll back. Ends up taking it himself and picks up about 3 yards. Maybe 4. Alex Singleton on the... essentially just pushed him out of bounds. Broncos playing good coverage. I guess it's only a 3-yard pickup. I thought it was 4. But it's a 3-yard pickup. 3-yard pickup for Patrick Mahomes is going to be 2nd and 7. See if the Broncos defense can do something special here. A pick 6 right now. A pick 6 would just, crack this game wide open for the Broncos. Well, no, that's not true. Patrick Mahomes throws, Juju. First down for Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay, so I lied. With the way the Broncos offense is playing, a pick 6 would not break this game wide open. In no way, shape, or form would it break this game wide open. But it would give them a cushion so that they could just keep playing good defense, although they're not playing great defense on this drive. This drive, they're getting virtually no pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and they've had some decent secondary play, but with no pressure, they're just dudes are getting open. All right, shotgun snap for Mahomes. Once again, no pressure, and he throws caught by MVS down on the edge, all the way on the left side. Broncos defense is just falling apart at the wrong time right now. Come on, Broncos. Finally got yourselves a lead, and now the defense decides now's the time that you want to fall asleep. Come on. Come on, defense. We all knew the Broncos were going to need to win this game with defense. So if you're just going to choose now to start being terrible, that's not good. That's bad. Yeah, of course it. That was a stupid thing to say, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Ugh. Yuck. Not great. Not great. Broncos defense looks like it's getting tired out there. Been a bad drive for them so far. Luckily, Devontae Smith's having a pretty good game for me. Not a great game, but a decent game. Latavius Murray needs to get something going, which... I don't know. Miles Sanders, still not doing much for me. Ramondre Stevenson still not doing much for me, so it's just basically looking like it was earlier. Beyond that, I still have Baker Mayfield, Stephon Diggs, and Cameron Dicker. Which, there's all of them got potential, I think. But Baker Mayfield could come out and have a huge game. That's one thing I'll say about Baker Mayfield. He could come out and have a huge game. But he could also come out and have an abysmal game. That's the problem. That's the chance you take with Baker Mayfield. But my starting quarterback is Lamar Jackson, so got to take some sort of chance here. Stephon Diggs, I really don't want to have to root for him to have a good game, man. I just don't. Other than again, I don't know if the Bengals win like 34-31, then and Stephon Diggs has all the touchdowns, then but they still lose. I'm down with that. I'd be down with that. You know, just want the Bengals to win. I guess I don't care what Stephon Diggs does. Cameron Dicker. So I'm basically just hoping that the Rams and Chargers have a high-scoring game, which probably is not terribly likely. James Conner starting to heat up for the Cardinals, so that's not good for fantasy purposes for me. What else is going on in the NFL? Cardinals, Falcons. Cardinals up 16-14 on the Falcons, but the Falcons have the ball, and they're in scoring range. Lions up 38-10 on the Bears. That game's basically over. Dolphins losing 16-14 to the Patriots. Giants up 38-10 on the Colts. Patrick Mahomes fakes a handoff, rolls back, throws. It's a strike, and that's going to be a touchdown. Broncos defense just decided now was the perfect time to fall asleep, so that sucks. Touchdown, Chiefs. Yep. All right, well. Oh, wait, no, it's 19. It's 19. It's currently 19-17, pending the extra point. I'm thinking, do they go for 2 here? I'm wondering, do they go for 2 here? Because it just really feels like this is the perfect opportunity to go for 2 because your offense is doing well. The Broncos' defense is playing like shit. Like, I feel like now, if you're going to go for 2, you go for 2 now. Because we're in the 4th quarter, which I need to update, by the way. We're in the 4th quarter. Your offense is, playing well at this exact moment. And the Broncos' defense is looking tired. So, nope, they're gonna go for the extra point, though. They're just going to go for the 1 point. I would think this is where you go for it, but I guess they're just going to do it later. All right. Extra point was blocked earlier, or maybe just missed. I can't remember. This one, however, is good. Well, Chiefs up 20-17 on the Broncos. Gonna need another good offensive drive for the Broncos for anything good to happen. So, come on, Broncos. Come on, Broncos. At 14:50 left. Plenty of time for the Broncos to hopefully get one more scoring drive together. But they might need a couple the way the defense is playing right now. Because the defense has been having a great game so far overall, to be fair. The Broncos defense has been having an incredible game so far. So you got to give them credit for that. But the last drive was definitely an issue. The last drive was not good at all. The last drive was really kind of felt like the Broncos defense fell asleep a little bit. So, all right, kick is away, and that one is also a touchback. I don't think we've had a single kick returned yet. Hips don't lie. So far this year, Baker Mayfield has had a 14-point game, at least for the Rams. He's had a 14-point game against the Raiders and a 17-point game against the Broncos. I'd like to see him do a little bit more than that. Patrick Mahomes just went over 20 points with that touchdown pass, so kind of need less than that. All right. Russell Wilson's going to fake the handoff to Latavius Murray. He's going to throw deep, and it's intercepted. Fuck! And he's staying on his feet. Whoa, gets spun out and completely knocked down around the 17-yard line. Terrible pass there by Russell Wilson. And the Chiefs player who intercepted the ball is in a lot of pain on the ground right now. Might have snapped something in his leg. Yikes. Didn't even see who that was. Terrible pass by Russell Wilson. Got no pressure on him. I mean, Carlos Dunlap's kind of barreling down on him. Number 38 there, L'Jarius Sneed. Tough loss for the Chiefs if L'Jarius Sneed goes out, but that's a huge play for the Chiefs. Huge play for the Chiefs because, I mean, they're at the 20-yard line now, right? They're already in field goal range. Worst case scenario, they're probably coming. Well, worst case scenario, I guess Patrick Mahomes throws a pick. But most likely, worst case scenario, they're going to, get another 3 points here. Which the Broncos had come back from 6 points before in this game. From 6 points down before in this game. But it just really feels like, hard to trust anything from the Broncos right now. Hard to trust anything from the Broncos. That was an awful play by Russell Wilson, too. Just disgusting. Like, that was terrible. What a terrible play by Russell Wilson. Like, he's been doing pretty well today overall. Like, not perfect. There's been some issues. But, like, that was bad. That was a terrible, terrible pass. Awful pass. Now the Chiefs are right there knocking on the door. Come on, Broncos. I need you to help me out here. Need you to help me out here, Broncos. Need you to help me out. At least a little bit, Just a Bengals fan trying to get a number 1 seed. That's all I'm doing here. Now, I will say so far, what I've seen from the Chiefs the last few weeks does make me kind of feel like there's a chance that maybe they struggle with the Raiders. Even with Jarrett Stidham, I think there's a chance the Raiders with just nothing to play for, well, actually no, the Raiders are still technically in playoff contention. So let's see. I wonder actually. Raiders are still technically in contention for a playoff spot, I think. So let's see. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Anyway, we're back to the action. Chiefs have the ball, the 17-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, is going to throw it short to Isaiah Pacheco, picks up about 8 yards. Because of course he fucking does. Why the fuck wouldn't he? All right, well, now from the 8-yard line, Chiefs have the ball 2nd and 1. Patrick Mahomes going to hand the ball off to Pacheco, who picks up first down. Jesus. Terrible. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs after Russell Wilson's interception. All right, from the 6-yard line, Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. The Broncos are showing blitz and can't get to him. Jesus, nobody can tackle Juju Smith-Schuster there. He picks up about 2 yards. Looks like they were trying to rip the ball out for a fumble. Broncos, the defense is trying, man. Would have been nice if they had tried harder on the last drive, but whatever. And there's the touchdown for the Chiefs. Yep, there it is. Chiefs go up 10 points. That's pretty much that. Yep, that's what I was worried about. That's exactly where I was like, nope, the Chiefs are going to kill them, man. Because the Broncos basically got to be perfect to win this game. And I think that might be pretty much it for the Broncos' hopes. I don't see their offense like answering. I just don't. Not two drives. I don't see that. I do not see that at all. Yep, 27-17 for the Chiefs. My prediction was 31-17 Chiefs, and we're not too far off. We're not going to get to 31 because the Chiefs aren't going to score 4 points, but, might get to 30-17. Might get to 30-17 before we're all done. Terrible, man. Just awful. I don't even know what to... So much for hoping the Broncos could do something, right? And so it begins, says Ryan. Yep. Pretty much at this point, there's just hoping that the Broncos defense can come up with the turnover, right? I mean, beyond the Broncos defense coming up with a turnover, I think there's not much left. There's not much hope left. Chiefs are kicking away to the Broncos, and that's going to be another touchback because that's all we have today is touchbacks. All right, handoff to Latavius Murray, who picks up a first down. Hey, maybe he can at least give me some fantasy points, man. Like, can we at least get that? Can we at least make that happen? All right, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Roll back. You got no pressure. And it is dropped by Kendall Hinton. Totally dropped. on the back of his hand, man. He ends up basically just tipping it. There was nobody around. There's no way that was going to get intercepted, but still. All right, Russell Wilson rolls back. Toss short to Alfred Okwegenam, who makes a couple men miss. And that's going to be a pick up about 2 or 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. And the Broncos offense just looks... Oh, it's going to be 3rd and 6. Broncos offense just looks totally defeated at this point. And there's a pick 6 for the Saints. Let's go. Pick 6 for the Saints. Gardner Minshew throws an interception to, was that Marcus Lattimore? I believe. Let's go, Saints. All right. Russell Wilson shotgun formation. Can you make some magic happen? 3rd and 6. Rolls back. Good protection. And that's going to be dropped by Jerry Jeudy. And there's going to be a flag. He's calling for a pass interference. And I think he's going to get it. Jerry Jeudy gets the pass interference. The Broncos offense gets their drive extended. Not that I think it really matters because they're not really doing anything with it, but hey, that's, a little bit more false hope. All right. Russell Wilson. Shotgun snap. Rolls back. Throws. That time it's caught by Jerry Jeudy, who dives forward. I think he picks up a first down. Thomas is calling me. What's up, Thomas? You're on. Just so you know, I'm live right now. So anything you said is going to go into a microphone.
It's just so funny watching Carson Wentz suck so bad.
Yeah, I was actually talking about you because I was seeing Carson Wentz play like shit, and I was like, hey, y'all, Thomas is going to be pretty happy about that. As Latavius Murray picks up 2 yards.
Not even the Browns can lose to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, so when I was saying like the Browns have no chance of beating the Commanders? Yeah, that was before they benched Taylor Heineke for Carson Wentz. So now I'm pretty much expecting the Browns to win.
The thing that really just frustrates me is that they could be right in the playoff picture right now if they just beat a dome team in 4-degree weather. Like, come on, y'all. Come on.
Russell Wilson shotgun snap gets sacked.
Oh, how is he doing? How's he doing right now? How's Wilson doing? I think he got a touchdown.
He's been having an all right game. Like he's been showing like that maybe there's something to build on like next year. But he also threw this horrible interception.
It's so frustrating to see him just. I don't like to see him fail because I'm a big. I liked him. I like him a lot, actually. I don't dislike Wilson. I was a big fan of him when he played for Seattle. By the way, you can put this on record. I think y'all going to blow out the Bills tomorrow. I don't just think y'all going to win. I think y'all going to make a statement against the Bills tomorrow.
Latavius Murray on 3rd and 15 gets to about the 40-yard line. You think we're going to blow out the Bills? I don't think we're going to blow out the Bills. I do think we're going to win.
All right, well, look, check it out this way, right? The Bills struggle with good receivers.
Yeah.
They struggle with covering good receivers. Y'all got 3 of them. Josh Allen haven't really proven to me that he's this big-time quarterback that everybody's crowning him to be yet. Because, I was listening to Nick Wright, and he said this on Fox Sports, and it was incredibly true. people crown Josh Allen more than they crown Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow went to Kansas City last year and beat the Chiefs. And not only did he do it last year, he did it twice last year, and he did it again this year. Or, well, I guess still last year technically because 2023. But why does Josh Allen get the crown that Joe Burrow deserves? Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
He's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, and I can tell you personally, I'm watching Patrick Mahomes play like shit today. But people just don't want to believe it. I think it's because he's the Bengals quarterback. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you know how they feel about people from Ohio. Ohio versus the world, baby. Even though y'all Kentucky, y'all yeeks.
Hey man, I feel more connected with Kentucky than I do Ohio anyway.
Man.
Dude, my whole family's from Kentucky. What do you want me to do?
Man, like Cincinnati's like that city in Ohio. It's like the child that's like, Mom, Dad, am I adopted? No. If anybody's adopted, it's Toledo.
Toledo? Toledo's adopted by what, Michigan?
No. Well, technically, we kind of stole Toledo from Michigan. Like that whole like, like you look if Ohio is actually because Michigan was technically right that Ohio was trying because Toledo was above the line, and which was considered Michigan, and Ohio was like, no, this is ours.
Yeah.
Anything, but they're like, but anything below this line is yours. Anything above this line is ours. And then we went to war. That's pretty much what it was. Ohio took Toledo from Michigan. So if anybody's adopted, it's Toledo.
Russell Wilson first down to Alfred Oakboy. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Eric Sobert.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Sobert.
Yep.
By the way, Watson was a lot better this game. He threw 3 touchdowns in the second half.
Yeah, I noticed Watson kind of heated up a little bit. Is that game over yet?
Just about. It's over.
Okay. Well.
Unless they pull the Jets, but it's Carson Wentz. I'm pretty sure we're pretty safe here. I think they're about to line up and take a knee in a second. So. Yeah,
well. I can tell you right now, like I think I definitely picked the right game to stream today since there's no Bengals game because all these other games just look like they've been mostly trash. The Broncos-Chiefs game has actually been somewhat compelling. Now, the Broncos are kind of like dealing with a little bit of bullshit right now because of that interception, but you know, they still got a chance.
They play Pittsburgh next week. I might head down to Pittsburgh next week. I might do that. I might head down to Pittsburgh next Sunday. Make a little trip.
First down for Alfred Oakboy.
Oh, they crying over there in Washington. We just trampled their playoff hopes. All right, come on. All right, let's go beat the Steelers. Let's go ruin the Steelers' playoff hopes.
The Steelers aren't making the playoffs.
No, they can.
Well, they can, but they won't.
I mean, yeah, because they're going to get beat by us next week.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm thinking. Like,
they're going to get beat by us next week, especially if Washington's playing like he did today. Man, he looks sharp, man. I mean, he only threw for 169 yards.
Yeah.
But he completed 9 passes, and he didn't throw a pick. And 3 of the 9 passes were touchdowns.
Russell Wilson with the touchdown. Let's go.
You go. Russell Wilson.
Yep. Second rushing touchdown of the day. Let's go.
I should stream the Buccaneers Cardinals Panthers game. That game looked like it was lit.
Yeah, but that game would have probably been like the second most interesting to have streamed. But this one matters. Like if the Chiefs lose, then the Bengals have a chance to go get the number 1 seed. So that's the only reason I chose to stream this game.
Ah. So the Chiefs. All right. So you're rooting for the Chiefs to lose.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Broncos.
You want that bye week?
Yeah, I want that bye week. With some of these injuries we've had, man, I want that bye week. Some Bengals fans are like, I don't even want the bye week because I want, the team to stay hot. But I'm just like, dude, with some of these injuries we've had, I think the bye week could be good.
Yeah.
Dude, I busted out my old John Elway jersey and everything for this game.
Of course you did. By the way, I'm over here looking at this. I'm over here looking at this. Somebody made a See, like you know, what's an uphill battle with being a Browns fan is that you're rooting for a team that your own city's not even rooting for. You're all like, there's people in Cleveland that literally just want the Browns to lose so they can complain. Like it's the most mind-numbing thing ever. Like, no, I'm a fan of the team. I just, like, what? You don't want to see them win? What is wrong with y'all people?
Yeah.
Like, what is literally wrong with some of these, like, Browns fans over 40 are some of the most mind-numbing human beings ever in the world, man.
It's like people who go to prison for, like, a long time, and then when they have a chance to get out, they go, like, intentionally commit a crime because they don't know anything other than prison life.
Yeah, that's pretty much Browns fans, yeah. And they always be hitting you with the drive and the fumble. Oh, you don't understand, Thomas. I lived through the drive and the fumble. Like, what did that got to do with anything? What does the drive and the fumble got to do with 2022?
2023, Thomas.
2023.
Right.
It's going to be 2,300, and Cleveland fans are going to be like, man, my great ancestor witnessed the drive and the fumble.
That wasn't even
that day, man. You don't understand my pain.
That wasn't even the same franchise. Like, that team's the Baltimore Ravens now.
Well, you believe in curses. By the way, the reason why I say that is because there's a cartoon. It has like a Browns fan that says 2022, or it has the Browns in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an old guy with a broken leg, and there's a little baby Browns fan. He's running past the old guy with a broken leg, and he's like, "Happy New Year, sir." And then the old guy was like, "Yeah, we'll see." Oh yeah, that's literally me talking to old Browns fans. Yes, next year we got a full season of Deshaun Watson. Oh no, we don't. That guy sucks. Does he?
I mean, I said he was going to be rusty, and I meant it. You know?
But see, that's a difference.
That's my point, though. That's my point, though. I said he was going to be rusty, and then he's going to heat up near the end of the season, and y'all might have a good, solid quarterback for next season.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what's happening right now. So you were right, and that was honestly the most logical answer you could say. Honestly, that's. Yeah,
you didn't want to hear it though.
Yeah, I know I didn't want to hear it because you know what I had to deal with. You know what I had to deal with is people who are impatient. Oh, I'm sick of waiting till next year. Like, well, literally wait till next year. This time it's going to come. It's going to come.
Yeah.
And if you die before next year, good. Because you say the Browns will win a championship in our lifetime anyway. So now your lifetime's over. Go Browns. A very dark way of looking at it.
You're weird.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you get back to your live stream.
All right,
What's
man.
up, all the people that's watching? That Saints fan. On it. Who else is probably on the stream?
Yeah, Mikey. You're talking about Mikey. He is watching right now. So hey, Mikey. Thomas is shouting you out.
Yeah. Thank you for ruining our season last week. Appreciate that. Great Christmas present from y'all from New Orleans.
Dude, it's just Andy Dalton, man. Andy Dalton owns y'all.
Yeah, fuck that guy. So mad about that game. Like when it happened, I'm like, there's no way we're gonna lose this game, right? And we're up too. And then they just started dropping passes. Man, they dropped every single pass that came their way, man. They could have had a pass served to them on a silver platter with freaking linguine.
Linguine.
They still would have catch the pass.
Yeah.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, see you, man. All right, always love hearing from Thomas, right? But anyway, y'all saw me going nuts. That's because the Broncos held the Chiefs to fourth down. Russell Wilson's going to have an opportunity to drive the Broncos down the field, And, hey, if they can get a touchdown, man, they'll take the lead back. All right. There it is. There's the return down to about the 26-yard line. Kendall Hinton. And the Broncos, with 3 minutes, 53 seconds left, they have an opportunity to burn some clock and go either send this game to overtime, which I'm not exactly sure that I'm wanting right now, but we're either going to get overtime or the Broncos do absolutely nothing on offense. That's quite a distinct possibility. But we might get overtime, and the Broncos might just win outright, you know? Now, there's still time left. There's probably, like, even if you do go down the field and you pick some stuff up, Broncos got a player injured on the field. Who's that? Number 6. PJ Locke. Safety, so he's a special teamer. But yeah, anyway, even if you pick, like, what is it? Like, even if you pick up, like, any points, right? Like, if you get a field goal, or even if you get a touchdown, you're still probably going to have to hold off Patrick Mahomes at the very end of the game. But the defense has been playing mostly well today. You know, I mean, there's been a couple of drives that have. The reason they're losing right now, the reason they're losing right now is because Russell Wilson threw an awful interception. Broncos actually be winning right now if Russell Wilson hadn't thrown that pick. So. I mean, that just sucks. Like, that just sucks to think about. Like, right now, the game would be tied right now if the refs hadn't stupidly said that Russell Wilson had a fumble, because that was not a fumble. So the game would probably be tied right now. And the game definitely, if Russell Wilson hadn't thrown that pick, which was entirely Russell Wilson's fault, by the way. But if it wasn't for that pick, Broncos would be winning right now, right? So maybe they can go get the win that they really honestly deserve right now. As Russell Wilson throws to Jerry Jeudy for the first down. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe deserve is a strong word. I'm not entirely sure the Broncos totally deserve to win right now, but the Chiefs definitely don't deserve to win. And the Broncos are fighting their asses off, right? So, I mean, I want to see him get it for Russ, you know? Like, I want to see him get it for, you know, the Bengals, so the Bengals can go get the number 1 seed. But even beyond that, like, I just want to see them get one for Russ, right? Like, Russ has been so beaten down and made fun of and shat on all year. I just want to see him get one for him, you know? Like, you know, that dude's corny, but, like, I don't hate him. I think he needed to be knocked down a few pegs, but he's already been knocked down a few pegs now. We don't need no more. Russell Wilson handoff to Chase Edmonds, I believe. That's about a 5-yard pickup, so the offense is doing something right now. Offense is definitely doing something. They got an opportunity to kill this clock. And, you know, they could totally kill the clock. And they get a touchdown, boom. Boom. Chiefs lose. Bengals get an opportunity to go take the number 1 seed from the Bills. And I do believe the Bengals have to beat the Ravens to bring it home, but they have an opportunity to go get in first place. All right, Russell Wilson throws short to Jerry Jeudy. Nothing there. About a 5, you know, gonna be 3rd down and 5. So he just threw it way too short, and Jerry Jeudy caught it, but for no gain, because he had to go down to the ground to get it. It was a terrible pass by Russell Wilson. That Chiefs stadium is rocking right now. Broncos probably going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. 3, 2, 1. There we go. 2-minute warning. All right, y'all. Well, we are in crunch time. I called the correct game to stream. Because this is a fascinating ball game right now. This is something else. This is a really, really fun game to watch right now. Oh, hold on. Younghoe Koo coming out with potentially a walk-off field goal to win it for the Falcons. Kick is up. It's good. Falcons take down the Cardinals with zeros on the clock, and Younghoe Koo takes it down. Desmond Ridder gets his first NFL win. Let's go. Let's go, Desmond Ridder. J.J. Watt walking off unhappy because he probably wants to win before he retires, but... All right, let's go Falcons. Let's go. Getting the win over the Cardinals. They improved to 6-10 on the year. Might even get to 7. All right. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left for the Dolphins. Somebody who is... That doesn't appear to be... Is that Teddy Bridgewater? Who is that at quarterback? Number 19. Is that Skylar Thompson? Throws like Skylar Thompson. That was terrible. That is Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson's in. So did Teddy Bridgewater get hurt? Jesus, Dolphins? Got Skylar Thompson in at quarterback and just throws an awful pass to Jeff Wilson Jr. Trying to pick up a 2nd and 2. Doesn't. Now it's 3rd and 2. Patriots probably going to... Let's see. Dolphins down 14-23. So 23-14, Patriots up. So Dolphins pretty much need to get at least a field goal on this drive to still have a chance. Patriots can probably go ahead and put this game away if they can hold off the Dolphins here. I believe that's a false start. I believe that's going to be a false start on the Dolphins. No, it's a delay of game on the Dolphins. Okay. Dude, what the fuck? The Buccaneers came back against the Panthers. It's 24-21. The fuck? You got to be kidding me. Oh my God, Panthers. 2 minutes left, and the Panthers have the ball, or the Buccaneers have the ball. The Panthers won. Golly, dude. Tom Brady gets himself a touchdown, so the Buccaneers are now up 31-21. Jesus, Panthers. Wow, way to drop the ball. Buccaneers going to improve to 8-9 on the year. Or 8-8, sorry. Freudian slip of what I assume their record's going to be. Jesus, Buccaneers. Jesus, Panthers. Like, y'all had it. Y'all had it in your hands. Lions finish off the Bears 41-10. Good God. All right, it's 4th and 2 for Russell Wilson. Takes the snap, rolls back, and he's sacked. Nope, throws it up. Latavius Murray fumbles it, and no. So they're saying it was just dropped on the floor. So 4th down, Russell Wilson can't do anything with it. Chiefs come up big, and they're probably one first down, and the Chiefs pretty much going to put this one away. Chiefs need 1 first down, and this game's probably over. So that sucks. Fuck, dude. At least Ramondre Stevenson started playing better. Jesus. What a terrible last play for the Broncos there. Jerry Rosberg's trying to yell about the Chiefs being offsides on that play. But it doesn't matter. This game should be tied right now, by the way. Russell Wilson did not fumble. I'm going to put that video up. Because Russell Wilson did not fumble. All right, Patrick Mahomes is under center. Hands the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco. Broncos do a good job of stuffing him there. And Broncos take their first time out. They're pretty much going to have to force the Chiefs into a 3-and-out here. Pretty much got to be a 3-and-out because the first down, Chiefs can just run the clock out. So it's pretty much over, but hey, not just yet. Not just yet. Jeez, man. Not feeling good. Not feeling good if you're rooting for the Denver Broncos today. Devontae Smith ended up with 16 fantasy points, so that helps me out. Handoff to Pacheco. Broncos swallow that one up. Probably about 3 yards. Jacksonville's defense got me 17 fantasy points, so I'll take that. Ramondre Stevenson currently has 6. Latavius Murray has 9. Miles Sanders has 6. Dalton Schultz gave me 21. Hey, fantasy team's looking pretty good so far. That's good. Fucking Broncos, man. All right, 3rd and 5. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw it, and it's caught for a first down. Well, that's pretty much it, y'all. Jesus. It makes you feel better, you know, like, I mean, like, the Raiders, I guess, probably have a vague, like, if the Raiders can win, let's see, what even, let's see, Raiders got to beat the 49ers. So the Raiders got to beat the 49ers, and I think the Jets have to lose, and something else, I forget. But the Raiders, I think, are still vaguely alive in the playoff hunt. I think. The Raiders, I believe, are vaguely still alive in the playoff hunt. Let me see. I'm going to bring up 538 because I think 538 will give me what I'm looking for. No, that's not what I meant. No, that is what I meant. Okay, apparently it's what I meant. All right, so the Raiders have a 0.5 chance of making the playoffs. But if they beat the 49ers, the Raiders beat the 49ers, and Patrick Mahomes nailed the ball away. Yep. That's pretty much it, folks. That sucks. God damn it, Broncos. Okay, let's see. Chargers. Oops, not the Chargers. Ravens, Steelers. Jets, maybe? Yeah, so if the Jets, if the Raiders beat the Seahawks and if the Raiders beat the 49ers and the Jets beat the Seahawks and wait a minute. Seahawks beat the Jets, sorry. If the Raiders beat the 49ers, the Jets beat the Seahawks, or the Seahawks beat the Jets, and the Patriots beat the Dolphins, so that was important. So we know the Patriots beat. Anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so based on the results so far, if the Raiders can beat the 49ers and the Seahawks beat the Jets, then the Raiders are going to go into their game against the Chiefs next week with a very, very outside chance, but still a chance to make the playoffs. So, I mean, it would be mind-boggling for them to make the playoffs, but they are still technically alive, which matters to an NFL team. So, if they can remain alive, if they can win tonight and just get some help from the Seahawks, then they can go into that week, the game against the Chiefs with a hope of a prayer of a chance of making the playoffs. And therefore, maybe something crazy happens. Maybe the Raiders beat the Chiefs. I thought the Broncos might have had it today. They came a lot closer than I was like actually predicting them to, but so much for this bullshit. I just think back to that fumble from Russell Wilson that was not a fumble in any way, shape, or form. I seriously might make a video about that, y'all. That pisses me off so much. That pisses me off so much. The refs just handing stuff to the Chiefs. One last comment here from Ryan. He says, the Bengals are going to destroy them again no matter whether we're in our hometown or their hometown. It's about the bye week for me. That's why I want the number 1 seed. It's about the bye week. Because just the Bengals have been having some injuries lately, and I think it'd be good if the Bengals could I think it'd be good if the Bengals could get the number 1 seed so they have a week to rest up. I personally think that would be really good. But I've also heard a lot of Bengals fans saying they don't want it because they think the Bengals might get what do you call it? Like, not rusty, but like they might get cold if they have the bye week, and you want them to go into the playoffs like fully hot, right? So, I still think the bye week would be a good thing for them, but it's up to the Raiders now, folks. It's up to the Raiders now. If the Raiders can't do it, then it's all for naught. The first seed anyway. The Bengals are already going to the playoffs, and they got a chance to they got a chance to take down the they got a chance to take away the division title either with a win tonight or a Ravens loss tonight and a win tomorrow against the Bills. But their only chance of getting the number 1 seed is if the Raiders beat the Chiefs next week. Which, the way the Chiefs are playing, like, maybe, there's a chance. There's a chance. But I also don't really think it's entirely super likely. But I still believe in the Bengals to do something. Like, the Bengals are one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. I think they'll make it back to the Super Bowl either way. So, other than that, though, that's pretty much all I got for this one, y'all. Broncos come up just short. And being a Broncos fan has just got to be painful right now. Y'all sold your souls for Peyton Manning back in the day, and that's what you get. This is the repercussions of selling your souls like that, So, anyway, that's all I got for this episode, y'all. I appreciate everybody who came in and watched, and for all the new people, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out content 3 times a week at least. I put out my Bengals recaps, I put out my power rankings, and then I do at least 1 stream a week. The Bengals games, I do the Bengals game streams a week. And then sometimes, like this week, I stream 2 games, right? Because the Bengals are on Monday, and I kind of wanted to do something on Sunday for a game that could have mattered if, results had held. But it is what it is. But like I said, we put out content all the time. And I'm thinking about, like, I'm trying to think about other stuff to put out, too. Like, I want to start putting more content out. I'm just, it really kind of depends. But I've got the time to do it now. So I feel like I probably ought to. It's just about, like, coming up with episodes and actually putting them together, doing the research and getting them out and everything like that. And I can do it. I haven't done it yet, right? But I am planning on eventually doing it. So, anyway, like I said, that's all I've got for this episode of the Battle of Ohio podcast. What? Battle of Ohio podcast. I'm on the entirely wrong show. That's it for this stream, y'all. My brain is just completely off right now, so I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Bengals Bills Monday Night Football showdown in a game that, with the Chiefs holding off against the Broncos, the stakes don't feel quite as high as they could. But there's always the chance. Bengals. If the Ravens lose, then the Bengals could go win the division against the Bills, right? So, either way, Ryan says Chiefs battle the Raiders. I know, that's what I'm saying. But the pretty much our only hope of the number 1 seed at this point is if the Raiders can beat the Chiefs, which they might, because the Raiders' playoff chances could still be alive come the matchup with the Chiefs, right? I mean, it'd be a real long shot, but as long if they beat the 49ers, which that might be a long shot, but if they can beat the 49ers tonight, and then the Seahawks can take down the Jets, then the Raiders still have a snowball's chance in hell of making the playoffs, and that's enough for them to feel like that they can do it, right? So they're going to come out with all guns blazing against the Chiefs. Or who knows? I don't know. Maybe them being eliminated might be better because then they would feel. Then they would just be like, maybe more motivated, wouldn't have the pressure on them anymore, right? But I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Point is, the Bengals need a miracle from the Raiders next week to have a chance at the number 1 seed, and then they need to beat the Bills tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night against the Bills, but the stakes just got lowered a little bit because the number 1 seed just straight up might not be on the line at all. But Either way, it's going to be a fun matchup, and we're going to stream it. And like I said, I'm going to debut my new intro during the beginning of the stream, so y'all don't want to miss that. It's just like a 15-second intro, but it's a new compilation and like set of stuff that I did with the intro. So I kind of like it, so I kind of want to come show it off, and I will debut that with the Bills game tomorrow. But until then, I'm going to go for now, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night for the Bills-Bengals Monday Night Football stream. And until then, I'll leave y'all as